in the wood. The Bexmark Woods, about a day's journey from either the fortress Goudrath or the city of Lushingworth. Having finally delved into the deeper parts of the dungeon and dealt with the threat there, the tree which was being used by a druid to grow fey creatures, the very same ones that had been assaulting nearby settlements. You guys have explored that dungeon quite thoroughly and have returned to camp, having made your correct signs and countersigns to the good lieutenant, and are now settling in for a long rest. Is there anything you guys want to do before you go on your long rest?
Nope. Start breaking the table down,
No?
so when we break camp in the morning, I can bring it with. Other than that, nope.
Okay. So you all go to sleep.
And set a watch, obviously.
Oh, do you? Well, what's your watch order then?
I propose Brewster, Mr., Lucina, Mr. again.
Why are you putting Mister on all the watches?
Because you can get away with
Because
it being
you
a
only
robot.
need to take, like, 2 watches worth of sleep instead of 4? Or 3?
Yeah, you can get away with 4 hours. We cannot. We are normal human beings.
Yeah.
Or beings. What's your name again, mister?
MHK48. Let me change that.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, it's been a busy week. My brain is fried. Just to be certain I recall, last week we actually did the whole thing where we bullied the final boss and then bullied the secret final boss by sticking him in a petrifying box.
Yes.
Plinth.
And
Mhm.
thus petrified him.
Yeah.
Did
Okay.
we scrape up some of the dust? I thought we scraped up some of the dust.
We probably did.
Do you,
I
any
would
of
like
you
to
have it in
I
your
look
inventory?
at it. I don't know. I have it all on my character sheet.
All I know is I after blowing his body apart, I then blew it away, so I know I don't have it.
I have statue dust. That might be it.
Yeah, that's probably it.
I put it in the tin flask. Was there anything in there? If not, I have an extra bag. I can say that it's in there. I think there was a liquid in that tin flask. Am I correct, Under?
Which flask?
Tin flask is all I have. I didn't write with liquid. I have a silver flask and a tin flask.
Where'd you get it?
With the owl feather and the brass key, I think. On that dragon altar thing, the throne
Ah, yes.
that has liquid in it.
Yes, that does have liquid in it.
Okay, I will add with liquid. I was like, I think I sloshed it and there was liquid in there, but I wasn't remembering if I did. I will add with liquid and then I'll use my extra coin pouch for the statue dust. But yeah, I would like to go back to the watchtower, but we need to finish our long rest first. So
Yeah, by the
we
way,
have a
mark
watch
that
order set.
flask. If you don't have any other designation, mark that flask TSC 21.
Sierra or Tango Sierra Charlie
Yes.
21.
Yes.
All right, marked. Let's say the brass key and feather are distinguishable enough that you know what they are, or do you want me to mark letters with them too?
Go ahead and mark the letters of them too.
Same.
Yep.
Okay. No, I didn't want it in front of the key. I wanted it behind the key. Okay, I think that is it. So yes, long rest I think is in the works.
Yee.
Do you want to mark any letters or anything with that boss's statue dust? Or is that unique enough that you know whatever we end up doing with it?
I
you'll
know.
what we're
I know
talking
what that
about?
is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it labeled as statue dust to make sure that we have that as a unique item.
Okay.
I guess I'll delete the holy hand grenade from my inventory because I'm never gonna get that again. I kept my inventory count at 0 for that one just in case.
I mean, it was pretty cool how it got used.
Yeah, it came in handy.
All right. So, Mr. Brewster, you're on first watch.
Indeed.
And what's your passive perception?
22.
Okay. So, yeah, you're on watch, as are a couple of the knights. As your watch goes on, towards the end of it, not quite at the end, but that you see that several of the knights have fallen back from their posts, and you see a gathering of those knights around the lieutenant's tent before they go inside.
Do they seem to be paying any particular mind to me?
They don't seem to be paying any particular mind, but it looks like 6 of the knights went inside. The other 6 seem to be immediately outside the tent, standing guard.
Are they surrounding it, standing guard,
Yes.
or facing one direction, standing guard?
Surrounding it.
All right. How far away is their tent for eavesdropping and listening?
About 30 feet.
So I could hear whispers and mumbles, but not full. Or I could hear
Not
full
from your current
words, but
position.
Make up.
You can tell, you would be able to hear if there was loud conversation, but if it's normal tones or whispers, you wouldn't really be able to make it out.
Okay. Any cover between me and them?
There are several tents.
Okay, so I could move closer without revealing my position myself.
I mean, it would take a stealth check if you wanted them to not know you're there.
Yeah.
Then please make a stealth check.
I'll act casual if they call me out, though, just like I was walking through. But if they don't notice me, I'll keep minding my minding.
I mean, you can tell that several of the knights have noticed you. But they don't call out to you or anything. As long as you're not approaching that tent, they don't look like they're going to interfere. You're just walking around camp just closer than you normally are.
Yep. Essentially, that's what I want. Yeah. If I flub the stealth, and I'm just like when you trip and pick yourself back up. No, I meant to do that.
Yeah. You trip on one of the ropes that help hold up the tent.
And that's when you hear a yell coming from inside the tent. It is the voice of Lieutenant Verna Wildman. And you hear her say, "And what is the meaning of this? Draw steel, you bastards!"
Oh.
And then you hear the sounds of fighting inside.
Well, I'm retreating to the party and waking them up because Lieutenant's on our side.
Uh-huh. So at this point, I need you guys to roll initiative just because timing is an issue.
Mm-hmm. Mister, are you with us? Sweet.
He's with us. He's trailing behind us, but he's with us.
There's 6 of them. She'll at least survive one round. Just trying to determine if
She
it was
should be able to
conversation or
survive that
fighting.
as like they all score natural 20s, completely obliterating the lieutenant.
Well, we're about to find out. I'm pretty sure she got the 15 with the +4, so at least she goes first.
No, she doesn't.
Oh, she has the +2? Well, shit.
Does she sleep in her plate?
She
With
wasn't
the
asleep
shield
yet.
up?
I would imagine.
Fortunately, she wasn't asleep yet.
Oh, good. I was gonna say, fighters with no armor? Oof.
Couple hits.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, so what are you guys doing? Brew?
Well, like I said, I'm waking the party.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, then I'm going to approach as if I'm not ready for combat, although I would be relatively quick to be ready for combat, and try to figure out what's going on, because I heard yelling.
So you hear the sounds of fighting come from within the tent. As you approach closer, the knight closest to you holds up a hand. He's got a hand resting on a sword in his scabbard.
Uh-huh.
This is none of your business. Go back to sleep.
Well, I do think it is our business, because you guys are all supposed to be working together to aid us, not, it sounds like fighting amongst yourselves.
This does not concern you. Go back to sleep.
It does. It very much does concern me. I would
Go-
like to know what is going on.
Go back to sleep, or I will do so permanently for you.
Them fighting words.
Wait, hold on. He's offering to go to sleep permanently for Mr. Brewster.
He's implying he's going to put Brewster to sleep permanently.
I know.
Contextual wording is fun. I'm not going to approach him, but I am going to stand my ground.
I mean,
And
you're standing there.
I'm just going to continue insisting to know what's going on. Like, it does concern me, and stop saying it doesn't. You
Okay.
are escorts on this. We should know what's going on and why you're attacking your commander. I don't care why you're attacking. I just want to know why.
Right, and I think that's exhausted like the 6 seconds you would have had at that point.
Yeah.
So, Lucina, what are you doing?
What's my distance to how big is this tent?
You better be not a...
It's a 2-person tent. It's 30. It's actually not a 2-person. That's the command tent. It is like a tent that you could fit like a table and like 10 people inside.
Like a 10 by 10.
It is a 10-foot
Y'all better be more
diameter
decisive when it's my turn.
round tent.
Alrighty.
The HK was talking. All I heard was 10 foot and round, and nothing in between.
So what are you doing, Lucina? It's 30 feet away from you. And it's got the 6 knights surrounding it, looking to guard it.
Okay, so I have idea. How hard would it be to bring the tent down? Like, collapse the tent on everyone in it?
So this tent is designed as its canvas, and there are smaller vertical poles at 5 points equidistant around the perimeter, and then a center big pole. So it would not be terribly hard, but it would be tedious because each pole has 2 guide ropes, and
Not with a sharp knife.
yes, it would essentially take an action to disable one of the 5 poles, and you'd have to disable all 5 to collapse the tent. Otherwise, that center pole is going to keep it up, even if there's only 1 or 2 poles left. The people inside would still be able to maneuver.
Can I see inside?
No, the flap is closed, and there is a knight talking to Brewster standing directly in front of it.
Alright. Leroy Jenkins, I'm charging into the tent. Like, just enough to get in.
Okay, so you're dashing then? So it's 30 feet away to the tent.
Let's start by running 30 feet.
Okay, that puts you up to it. You know, where you hear the knight telling Brewster to, walk away. His
Can I
hand is
open
on
the
his
tent?
sword. Yeah, you can make a item interaction to open the tent flap.
I do.
Okay. Inside the tent, you see the lieutenant in her plate mail with her greatsword out, fighting 6 of these guys.
I wonder what could be going on here. How fucked up does she look?
She looks injured but not yet bloodied.
Alrighty.
Changelings are here.
Indeed. Changelings are here. So, Underdark? I'm going to do some magic bullshit. And I'll be casting a first level spell.
Okay, the knight by you has the Mage Slayer feat and is going to attack you as an attack of opportunity.
He's a cuck. and he will miss. Because he is a big weenie.
He should have disadvantage because I'm distracting him.
I mean, fortunately for you, it is an unarmed strike.
Yeah! Come on, try to bot me, you motherfucker.
Alright,
No.
he misses. Wait, does a 7 hit you?
No, I mean, no, that doesn't hit.
Okay, well, he missed his attack, so go ahead and cast your spell.
Alrighty. I am going to fill this tent with a thick fog.
Good use for that.
Okay.
That is my action. For my bonus action... Could this tent support me if I went up on top?
It's canvas strung between poles, so how heavy are you?
A good question. Let me scroll up and check. £290.
Yes, it would support you, but you would not want to jump up and down on it.
Alright, yep. So, yeah, I'll just fly up top.
Okay. Yeah, you pull some, flying dragon, hidden whatever bullshit, and just float up top on top the tent. I assume this is the movement that does not provoke attacks of opportunity?
Correct.
Okay.
How close does that put me to the center?
You could go and have a hand on the center pole, at the top of the tent.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, you do it. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. You hear lots and lots of cursing coming from the lieutenant in the fog cloud as she begins swinging her greatsword around.
I have a feeling he's going to do this on his next turn.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Well, that is cool. Probably not.
Okay.
Damn, she hit hard.
Yes, she does.
4d6 for 46 plus 5.
Yeah.
Wait,
She hits pretty hard.
Does- does she have the blind fighting style?
No, but she's attacking someone who can't see her either. So it's flat.
Fair enough, yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, I slapped that out there in case they had pack tactics.
And
Okay, but that's all she does. HK, what are you doing?
I start blasting.
All right. Who you blasting?
I ain't got into the tent yet, have I? No.
You are not in the tent, no. You are 30 feet away from the tent. The flap having fallen closed after Lucina left
Hey,
it.
Lucina.
Also, you did see that that he did fill the inside of the tent with a fog cloud. So
okay, good.
but you do see 3 of the knights that are standing perimeter around the outside. The other 3 are on the other side of the tent from you. One of them is in melee with Brewster. He does not look
I
happy.
did not go to engage range when I was talking to him.
Yeah,
I
shoot.
stopped 10 to 15 feet away. I did not walk
Alright.
right up to him under.
Fair enough.
I would not walk right
Y-
up to
we
him.
didn't we didn't talk about that, so fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can be 10 feet. You can be 10 feet away.
That's the one I blast in.
Who you're blasting the knight at the front then?
Yeah, the one that was arguing with what's his name? Yeah.
Yeah, one hit. One hit.
I'm assuming Lucina said something aloud about them being changelings in the tent.
Yeah.
I hope
Uh,
so.
You would have seen it when when Lucina opened the tent. It was very plain. Like all 3 of you would have seen it.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot that guard there then. 3 points for that.
I'm just envisioning Lucina going, ah, shit, we got changelings.
He probably also said that too. All right. Anything else, HK?
I am going to cast Sanctuary on what's his name?
Brewster?
You. Yeah, Brewster. Because
Okay.
yeah, he's in combat with some people.
Yeah, not a melee build, so I appreciate it.
All right. And let's see their turn. Well, at the start of their turn, you hear some yelling from inside the tent, something to the equivalent of "It is useless to resist," as they continue to hack at the lieutenant.
Oh shit, I found an even better one.
Oops, clicked the wrong one. Shit.
This one's got all the creature sounds, including all of the doppelganger.
All right. At which point, the knights outside are going to transform and rush to attack you guys. Let's see. The 3 on the close side of the tent will be able to get in range of Brewster.
I got sanctuaried.
So they all got to make wisdom saves. See, they got 6 attacks, so they got to make 6 wisdom saves.
They don't strike me as the wisest creatures, so they will all fail. They, shifted out of the perfectly protective knight.
It looks like they each get 1 attack.
Well, at least the 20's there. I'll probably uncanny dodge whatever one.
What's your AC?
All of them hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want them separately so you can uncanny dodge
Yeah.
one?
Yeah. I can have at least one of them. Oh, I'll have the 10. I mean, even if you rolled those one at a time, I would have been like, nah, 5's fine. Nah, 6 is fine. Yeah, fuck this. Fuck the 10.
Right, yeah, 'cause you would have known that, 1 and 2 on the D6. Yeah, no, I've no problem when we're fast rolling dice for you to pick and choose. It's just part of the game. Yeah, so
21
now
days.
from the top of the tent, Lucina, you see two of the knights run off to a different tent. It looks like it to be a two-person tent. The other knight is going, well, former knight, because now it looks like a doppelganger, is going to start climbing up the tent. Let's see, so that's that high. So he'll have to use all his movements to climb up on top. And fuck it, he'll take the dash action, and he's going to just scramble up to the top, right in melee with you, Lucina. But he's unable to make any attacks. You see what looks to be light coming from the tent that the two ran into, like a torchlight.
That's not concerning.
Am Brewster. There are three doppelgangers in melee with you.
I would like to rearrange that positioning and not have three doppelgangers in melee with me.
Okay. How are you doing
Bonus
that?
action disengage and
Mhm.
fucking off.
Okay.
And I think I'll action dash just to get range and cover.
Yeah, you can get behind some tents, like 50
Yeah.
feet away.
I'd like to serpentine and break line of sight a couple of different times to confuse them as to my actual position since I can't hide.
Mm-hmm.
Although I am black and white, so I guess that kind of helps. What's the light level out here like?
This would be dim light.
Okay,
There-
so there's a full moon.
No, but the camp was lit by some low torch lampy type things.
Did I
it-
pass any on my serpentine trip?
Sure.
I'd like to knock them all over that I pass.
Okay. I mean, they're positioned in such a way that just falling over won't actually hit anything. They were smart enough to keep them far enough away from flammable stuff.
Yeah, no, just to extinguish them or lower the amount of light they give off.
Okay.
That's all I'm looking to do.
Yeah,
So
you
I'm
start
probably
reducing the light level. It is still considered dim light.
And then wherever my final position is, all I can do is break line of sight. So
Yeah. Yeah, you've broken line of sight.
That's it.
All right, Lucina. There is a doppelganger in melee with you. You hear fighting beneath you.
Out of curiosity, what would be last I saw directly beneath me? Was the Knight Commander on the far side of the pole or the close side of the pole?
Far side.
Cool. And there's this dickhead in melee with me.
He had dashed up to the top.
Okay. Do I... how high is this?
20 feet.
20 feet tall. Do I think if I used Shocking Grasp at this guy's feet, he might fall through the tent?
You think it's a distinct possibility.
Yeah, I'm gonna Shocking Grasp the tent that he's standing on.
Okay. The canvas does have a technical armor class. You do have to roll to hit. Okay, yeah. Go roll damage. All right, good. You did not overkill and end up, destroying the tent all around you as well.
I got a hand on the pole.
Yeah, that's all you would have is the tent just collapsed on the center. But no, yeah, you just burn a hole in it, and he falls through. He does get a dex save to try to grab on the edge.
To try to take more tent with him.
Yeah, he grabs on the tent. You hear this ripping sound as you see a strip of the tent follow one of the creases down towards the end, and you hear this thump and a crash as he falls onto a table and smashes through it.
Man, I wanted to bring that table back.
No, not your table. A different table.
Oh, they brought a table?
Yes, she had a field table for like maps and things. He landed on that. He's out of sight in the fog cloud now, Lucina.
Alrighty. Well, that's my action. I can't do much with my other stuff, so I'll just sit on top of the tent pole.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
All right, her turn.
Somebody got fucked up.
So do we hear a human scream or a some kind of weird wailing like their throats too parched?
You hear some weird wailing, like throats are too parched, as a couple creatures call out and are suddenly silenced in the fog cloud.
Told you she'd be fine.
And HK.
How many targets do I have?
3, technically. You can see the 3 that had ran up into melee with Brewster before he fucked off.
Okay. I'm gonna start blasting, I suppose. Let me make sure I don't have no good. Oh no, wait.
I would recommend retreating a little bit. That way you can kite them. Because you're their only target right now.
Do I want to call down the thunder? Turn the whole world. How far away are they from me?
They are 20 feet from you. There are 3 of them.
3 of them. How far apart are they? Can I hit them all in a 5-foot wide cone of acid?
Yes.
That's what I want to do. I want them all to make a deck save.
Okay. Does a 15 pass?
The 15 is my saving throw.
So only he passed.
Only he passed. And the rest of them take. They're coated in acid, right? Yeah, that's a turn. It takes them an action to clean it off, or else they'll take more acid damage. Yeah.
Ah, so you did Caustic Brew. Got it.
Yeah, 3 points acid damage, and 2 of them, all of them take 3, but 2 of them are coated in acid, and then I'm gonna back up 30 feet.
They don't take that damage till the start of their turn. Just so you know. But, okay, yeah, then you back up 30 feet? Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
I think that's what.
Okay.
So I have to re-roll it at the start of each of their turns. I see. Probably took then and then.
Okay. So it is their turn. So now they take the 3 acid damage. The 2 that got splashed are going to use their action to wipe it off of themselves. And then they are going to pursue you, HK. They did not enjoy that. The one that did not get acid splashed on him is going to take the dash action and is going to run up into melee with you. Let's see. That guy will pick himself up off the table. And yeah, fuck it. He's enjoying his comrades then, and they're going to start trying to fuck up this lieutenant.
And everyone's blind.
Mm-hmm.
Man, is she thick. She's got incredible lucky on that first set of rolls.
All right. So those three did. Oh yeah, the other two come out with bearing torches, and they are going to set the tent on fire with their action that you are standing on, Lucina. Like they just start. They walk up to the canvas and they are just setting it on fire at the edges.
Mm-hmm. They're going to try to burn me off the central pole.
And also the lieutenant as well. She's inside.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, but that is all they do. Brew.
Well. So what is our dispersion right now? Because
So you-
obviously there's the tent, and I'm aware the lieutenant's on the far side of the tent.
Yes. Lucina's on the top of the tent. Two knights are on the far side of the outside tent, currently lighting it on fire. The rest, most of the enemies are inside. The three that you can see that you know of that are not close by, one of them ran up into melee with HK because he is 50 feet from the tent.
Can I get a loss on him?
Say again?
Line of sight?
Yes.
Can I get a line of sight on him? Okay.
Yes.
I'll target.
Two of them you don't have line of sight on, but you hear them having scraped acid off themselves.
Ah, okay. Yeah, then I will just take the shot at the one that's in melee with HK.
Go ahead.
And oh shoot. No, I can't even help him because I'm more than 30 feet away. I will bonus action hide then.
Sure. Make your stealth check. You are sneaky.
All right, then I will attack with advantage. Hate doing it this order, but
Needs must when the doppelgangers drive.
yeah, the bonus action disengage is always what gets me for this sort of shenanigans. The bonus action disengage dash setup. But there's a light crossbow with a regular arrow.
That will hit him.
All right. And I get sneak attack on that.
Yes, for two reasons.
Mm-hmm. Whack.
Sorry, wrong button. Yeah, he is hurt by that. He is not yet bloodied, though.
All right. Then I
And-
just like to close back to breaking line of sight and well, not hide.
Yeah, you can get between a couple of tents, break line of sight from everybody.
Yep. I'm just gonna keep guerrilla tacticking.
Lucina.
So, because that okay, how on fire is the tent currently?
It is 5% on fire.
Okay, I'd like to. I'm gonna peer through that section of the tent that just tore open.
You
Big
see
old
fog
cloud,
cloud,
right?
Yep.
All right. I'm just gonna disperse the fog cloud.
Okay. You see a nearly dead lieutenant with her greatsword out, fighting 5 doppelgangers. 2 lie cut in half around her. They have her completely surrounded.
Hmm. Well then, that simply won't do. All right, so we got all this Fey fucking bullshit happening. Lucina will slide down the central pillar.
All right, like a fireman.
Yep, like a fireman.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you slide down the central pole.
Actually, better question.
You will be landing in melee with 3 of these guys.
In general, how fucked up do these guys look?
The 5 that are still standing are uninjured. There are 2 that have been cut in half. They are dead. She looks to be near death.
Alrighty. In that case, what I shall do is, if I actually, is there any way in the sliding process that I would be able to reach the lieutenant?
No. There's simply like you're trying to get a melee with her, or are you trying to be like among? If you think about it, she is there and immediately is surrounded by 5 of these doppelgangers. There is a space adjacent to her you could jump into as you're sliding down the pole. That's not a problem, but you would be immediately adjacent to 2 of these guys, and probably 4 of them could reach you.
Alrighty. Shit. Okay, so that's...
So yeah, the answer is yes. You could get into melee with her, but you would essentially be, right next to her, and then immediately next to several enemies, because they are all around her.
All right. Okay, not super optimal, but it will have to do. I would like to jump in there.
Okay,
like
done.
Slide down, jump in.
Yeah, trivial to do.
Chant the magic words, protection from good and evil on her.
Okay.
All right. Actually, you know what? Wait, are these guys like these are Fey doppelgangers, right?
How would you tell?
You know what? I'm gonna base her survival off purely the fact that we suspect they were Fey from earlier conversations with people. Yeah, I'm gonna slap protection from good and evil on her. Then with the bonus action, I will fly back up the pole. That is what I will do. I will
You're like grabbing onto the pole halfway up, 10 feet up.
Basically, yeah. I scoot down the pole, hop over, tag her, fly back up onto the pole.
Probably.
Yeah, he is doing definitely some pole dancing shenanigans here. All right, her turn. Well, as a bonus action, she is going to look slightly better, and then she's going to pull out a scroll.
Oh.
Yeah, she, however, does have to make an Arcana check.
Come on. Pass that shit.
She does, as there are now 3 illusory duplicates of her around her.
Yeah.
But that is like her whole turn. Bonus action and action. But yeah, there are now 4 lieutenants standing in there in the room.
Oh, there's 4 of the lieutenant? Man, these guys are fucked. Those simulacrums will get ya.
And HK, there is one of them in melee with you.
Okay, I am going to Misty Step.
Okay, when you start casting Misty Step, he's going to take an attack of opportunity because he has Mage Slayer.
Okie dokie.
Does an 18 hit you?
Let me look at my armor class. I believe that might miss because I can cast Shield as a bonus action, which is weird.
Reaction.
Yeah, as a reaction. Well, I have a 19, so that wouldn't hit me anyway.
All right, well then your bonus action goes off and you cast Misty Step just fine.
Okay, I'm gonna go away from him and towards the. Actually, I'm going towards the tent where the lieutenant is. How far? If I Misty Step 30 feet, how far can I get?
Well, that would put you 30 feet from the tent, back to your starting position.
How many enemies are around me, though? If I go
There are 2 of those guys that you've been scraping the acid off them. They're 10 feet away.
Okay, so I'll pass them up if I Misty Step.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna Misty Step, and then I'm going to move into the tent.
Okay. Yeah, you can run right up into that flap, casting it aside. You see 4 copies of Lieutenant Weidman with her greatsword fighting 5 of these doppelgangers. She looks to be badly bloodied.
Okay.
Lucina is hanging off the pole halfway up, 10 feet off the ground.
The hell? See, that won't work because.
Oh, and the tent's on fire.
So who's on fire?
The tent.
Oh, yeah, okay. No worried about that. I am going to. Am I in melee with the other guys, or can I shoot the ones outside the tent from where I'm at?
You're like right at the entrance, so you can shoot into or out of the tent.
I'm gonna shoot some of the ones that are around the commander first.
Okay. So none of the 5 around her appear to be injured in any way.
Well, we're gonna change that.
Okay. Well, roll to hit then. One hit.
For 9 points of force damage. He is hurt now.
He is now hurt.
And I am done.
Okay. Let's see. At initiative 0, the fire spreads. The tent is now 10% on fire. Their turns. Well, the 3 are going to start going after Brewster, since you ran into the tent where all the rest of their comrades are. They figure they can leave him to them. Let's see here. Alright, one of them goes running past Brewster and stops when he sees you. Looks like he had taken the dash action, though, to do so. So there's one like 10 feet away from you with direct line of sight. The other 2 are elsewhere in the camp looking for you.
They have no idea what they're getting themselves into chasing me down.
Probably not. Let's see. The 2 outside the fire are going to continue using their torches to make the tent more on fire. It is currently 15% on fire now. And then the 5. Well, their mission is to kill the lieutenant, and by God, that's what they're going to try and do or die trying. So.
Disadvantage?
No.
Fiddlesticks.
It's a good try. But it does not apply to these guys. Let's see here. I'm reading Mirror Image again just because it's complicated with this many attacks.
Will you do that? I'm going to hit the restroom. I'll be right back.
Okay. We'll do it this way then. So there are 5 of them. They get to attack. Okay. Then Mirror Image. Alright, so 1 duplicate is destroyed. That'll actually target her, which will miss. That's just a miss. 16 destroys a duplicate. There's now 1 illusory duplicate left. The 20's targeting her and will hit her, so it's 1 hit on her so far on me.
What happened?
So far, 2 of the duplicates have been hit. That will also hit her, so it's a 2nd hit on her. She's down to just 1 duplicate. That will destroy the 3rd duplicate. So the remaining 2... so that means 1 more hit on her. So they only hit her 3 times, destroying all of her duplicates.
And one of those hits is a crit.
No, none of those hits are a crit.
No.
Why would it? They rolled no nat 20s. They just rolled really high, and so ended up going through a bunch of her duplicates. Okay, she is looking to be at death's door again. But she did survive that. Barely. And that is all of them. Brewster, there is a guy 10 feet away from you.
Well, I like to play a little game of hide and seek with him. So I'd like to, move 30 feet away.
Okay.
Move another 30 feet away, and then hide.
Yeah, yes, you dash. You like step out into the road between a couple of tents. You realize, hey, there's that 2nd guy. He sees you. You keep moving. Hey, look, there's that 3rd guy. He sees you. As you using your 60 feet movement, manage to break line of sight from all of them, heading to a different area, and then you can make a stealth check.
Yeah, I'm basically doing this shit with these 3 to keep them occupied.
Yep. Yeah, you're Scooby doing it.
And I'm breaking line of sight and hiding. So
Yeah.
they could have a hard ass time finding me.
Yep.
I
All right.
just hear the theme music. But that'll be it for me.
Yeah, I get some Benny Hill up in here. All right, Lucina, you're holding onto the pole, 10 feet above the ground. The tent is 15% on fire. The lieutenant looks to be at the verge of death. 5 enemies are surrounding her, one of which is slightly injured. What do you do?
All right. I'm going to tell her that... Actually, hold on. Am I in melee with any of these guys?
Currently, no. You're 10 feet above the ground.
Okay. Good to know. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to scoot up the pole, so I'm back at the top. If
Okay.
I can.
Yep, that will take 20 feet of movement, unless you have a climb speed.
Nope.
All right, well, you scoot up the pole. Like that shitty time in gym class.
And then I'm going to cast Sanctuary on the lieutenant. Gonna look at her. I'm gonna say, can you try not hitting them for a moment and retreating? If you don't hit them, they'll have a harder time hitting you. Don't fuck this up.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. Because she's near death. Yeah, she nods. Anything else?
No.
Her turn. She will use the disengage action and flee. She will move her 30 feet, running past HK. And as she runs past you, she tells you to run. She comes outside, and then she immediately cuts to the left to avoid running into those guys behind HK. So she is now 20 feet from you, HK. HK, it is now your turn.
What guys? I thought they were chasing me.
I'm going to move over to where she is, and I am going to give her 5. I'm going to heal her.
Okay. No, there were still 2 of them that were going after. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, no, those guys wouldn't be there. Well, she cut to the left anyway. Whatever. You're right. You are right, Ruffles. I was looking at the torch guys.
So now we have them boxed in their own trap. That's amusing.
Look, these aren't the brightest of creatures, okay? Like, they're just smart enough to be dangerous to themselves.
I heal her for 13.
Okay.
And I am done.
All right. These guys. Let's see. Well, the 3 are going to make investigation checks as their action to attempt to locate the hidden Mr. Brewster.
They can fucking try.
Oh, you're going to love this. Remember how your roll was a 24?
26?
26? Doesn't matter. They don't have a modifier. They can't pass this.
They cannot find Mr. Brewster. Whatever bucket they look under, whatever pot lid they open, he's always in a different one.
And let's see, the torch guys are going to continue up. Oh, wait, no, the fire spread, so the tent is now 30% on fire. Then the torch guys continue adding more flame. It is now 35% on fire. It is now getting pretty hot, Lucine, at the top of the tent.
Are all the other doppelgangers nice and gathered on the inside of this burning tent?
They were. They're currently running out the front of the tent.
Okay.
Into HK.
Well, HK ran the 20 feet over to where the
that's right.
champion is. So they have their 30 feet of movement. They can actually get into melee then with the champion and HK. And let's see. 2 of them are going to go for HK. HK, what's your armor class?
19.
So 2 hits, 23 and 24. Unless you're doing something with shield.
Yeah, I can shield, and that would block one of them, but I don't think it would block the other one, would it? Plus 6, it wouldn't block one of them.
Yeah. So the 24 would still hit you.
Yeah, the 24 would still hit me.
Are you shielding the 23?
Yeah, I'll block the 23 and take the 24.
All right. Well, they hit you for 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
And then the other 4 are going to make their attacks, but they have to pass the sanctuary. Sorry, did I say 4? I meant 3.
And they're going to fail because they are dumb, weenie-ass bitches.
I'm just waiting on the other soldiers in camp to come awake. Fuck.
You had a lieutenant and a squad of 12 knights with you.
There's 12
These
enemies.
are the 12 knights.
What's the DC on the Sanctuary, Lucina?
I'm scrolling down to check because I got 2 different modifiers. 13. Only 2 of them managed to get through.
So 2 of them can make attack rolls.
And they will fail because they are...
They both hit.
Well, fuck them.
Dealing 16 points of bludgeoning damage. She's dead.
Down?
Okay, sure. We'll let her go down.
If she can go down, that means that we can have her race for exhaustion.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, cool, now the lieutenant's gonna have a level of exhaustion.
Okay. And Brewster, you are currently hidden.
Well, based on them running around, can I kind of make an idea of where they're at?
Make a perception check. This isn't an action, it's just how well you kept track of them.
Well, I'll passive of 22, but I will roll.
Passive is the equivalent of take 10 from 3rd edition. It assumes you have time.
Yeah.
This is an
Yeah, I know.
instantaneous perception.
I mean, I have a +7 to it, so.
You know where 2 of them are.
Okay. Can I, from my position, get line of sight on one of those 2?
Yes.
Okay, then I will pop a shot off at him, taking my action to do so.
Okay. Roll to hit. That's a crit.
I think I hit.
You did.
Oh boy. So
Yeah, you just like pop up above a tent and just quickly snapshot this guy right in the head. And he goes from slightly injured to near death.
wonderful. I would like to move my 30 feet and continue this merry chase and hide.
All right, make your stealth check.
All I gotta do is roll higher than a 20. Oh, somebody might be able
They
to
might
find
find
me.
you.
They might find me. Okay, that's it.
All right, Lucina.
Range?
It is really toasty up here. Range to what?
The good lieutenant.
The lieutenant is 30 feet from you. Surrounded by goons.
Okay, until the spell ends. Okay, so Sanctuary is still technically running, right?
Yes, she is not attacked yet.
Cool. Bonus action healing word.
Do it.
Upcasted. 2nd level.
Do it.
Wow.
Okay, well, you wake her up.
The word of the day is wake the fuck up.
Uh-huh.
It's hyphenated, you see.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so let's see, that leaves me in action. It is getting pretty toasty over here.
Yeah, like the flames are licking at your feet at this point. It is... The tent is 35% on fire. It is, spreading rapidly. This was canvas. It is not a...
Skedaddle skedoodle. I'm getting out of here.
Okay, how are you doing that?
I am descending the fireman's pole
Into the tent?
into the tent.
All right, you ride the 20 feet down. You're now inside the tent.
I use the action to cast the spell dash.
All right.
Where is a point of egress?
There is the flap on the non-burning side of the tent.
How close does that put me to the other douchebags?
The closest would be the 2 torchbearers. They are 15 feet away from you. The 5 around the lieutenant would be 20 feet if you move the 10 feet to the flap.
Yeah, I'll ask through the flap.
Okay. So, yeah, you did your 10 feet. You're at the
wait,
flap.
20 feet.
You see the people as arrayed as I mentioned. You just said you dashed, so where are you going with this 30 feet of movement you still have left?
Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily need to dash. Yeah, I would actually have to dash. Neat. Alrighty. Acid splash.
On who?
Who's the most injured in range? Not the lieutenant. Actually, wait. I have a fucking action. What am I? Wait, no, right. I already expended a first level spell. Yeah, what's the most injured enemy looking here?
One of the 2 attacking HK in that group of 5 over there, around the lieutenant in HK, is slightly injured.
Distance?
20 feet.
Alright. Yeah, gonna spin around the hammer and fling acidic water out his face.
Okay.
Along with the
believe-
dude next to him.
Yeah, and there is a dude next to him.
Deck saves.
They failed.
Indeed. And then, if I'm able, I'd like to shout to the now conscious lieutenant. Just stand up and dodge! Dodge! That'll be my turn.
Okay. She is going to stand up. And she is going to dodge. HK, you're next to her. There are 5 enemies around you.
5 enemies.
Mm-hmm.
How is the commander looking?
Near death. But
She has
alive.
4 hit points.
Yes, she has 4 hit points.
How many enemies are around us?
5
Okay.
in melee.
Melee.
And 5 more in the camp.
So, I'm going to cast Thunder Wave, centered right in front of me.
Okay. Now,
I'm going to hit all the enemies, but not any of the, but not the commander.
right, that's going to hit 3 of them, of the 5 around you guys.
I need a con save.
What's the DC?
15.
So 2 pass, 1 fail.
That means they are not shoved away, and I believe take half damage.
So go ahead and roll the damage. One of them gets knocked away. He makes a particular squeaking noise when he hits the ground.
8 points of thunder damage. And,
Anything else?
I think that's all I can do. Yeah. I think that's all I can do.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
All right. Well, these 3 are going to continue looking for Mr. Brewster.
Dun, 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 dun.
One of them finds you!
One of them found me. That's
Oh
great.
my
Is he the
god!
injured one?
Yes, it is. It is not the one you popped with the arrow.
Aw.
It is the other one that you popped with the arrow earlier.
Ah, okay. The
The
mage
one you didn't crit last round. But he is able to take the dash action and get up into melee with you.
Good for him. He just burnt one of my action economies. Whoopsie.
Yeah, he can fuck with your action economy. That's about all he can do because of the distances you guys are covering. Let's see. The two guys with torches. By the way, the tent is like 70% on fire at this point. But they realize that everyone's escaped their clever trap, and they're pissed about this. So they're going to run up to you, Lucina, because you were only 15 feet away.
Politely request my forgiveness.
And they are going. The first one is going to attempt to shove you back into the tent with the shove action.
What are these guys, assassins or schoolyard bullies?
They're schoolyard bullies. They're going to shove you into the burning tent. You have to defend yourself with athletics or acrobatics. You have to beat a 17.
Jesus.
You are pushed 5 feet back into the tent. It is on fire.
I was apparently not expecting schoolyard bullying.
They follow you into the tent. And then he's going to try to grapple you.
Inside of the tent.
Inside of the tent. That's on fire.
Jesus.
You can defend yourself with athletics or acrobatics.
Apparently Lucina is too busy laughing at the concept.
Yeah, they drag you right over to that pole. And then the other guy's going to start beating the crap out of you.
Who's going to miss because he's dumb?
Does a 19 hit you?
Not when I shield.
Okay. Yeah, these guys don't have they don't have the guy that has Mage Slayer. So,
Yeah, ironically, he chased down the non-magical character.
right? Funny how that worked out. Yeah, so you shield, blocking their attempts. And then there's the 5. The lieutenant got back up. Fuck the lieutenant. They are going to try to overcome that sanctuary.
And they will fail, for they are dumb and lack the wisdom.
So they get 10 attacks to attempt it with. And because they're in melee with HK, any attacks that fail this, they can redirect to HK.
HK.
So what's the DC for that sanctuary? 13?
13.
Okay, so going into the lieutenant is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attacks.
But they will all miss because they are stupid. They'll all nat 1 and stab each other, yeah.
1 hit.
Dang.
Rolls minimal damage.
She goes down. And then 4 attacks directed at HK. HK does a 20 and 23 hit you?
Not if I shield.
All right, then they miss. And that is it for the Doppelganger gang.
Is the commander down?
Yeah, she is down at your feet.
Okay.
At least they didn't crit her. And they only hit her once, so they didn't get to blow through her death save.
Just pick her up again, HK. We're gonna go for 6 levels of exhaustion on her.
Nah, I think HK's done playing around.
All right. Well, anyway, it's Brewster's turn. There is a doppelganger in melee with you.
If you don't mind, could you cue the circus music?
I think I'm going to burn the whole camp down.
I would like to bonus action disengage, or action disengage, one of the two. And, just proper thumb my nose at him. And fuck off.
Yeah, Mister.
Continuing the merry hide-and-seek game.
We might want to keep her alive, though, Mister, if we want to get properly compensated for our troubles.
Okay.
She's our witness.
So you disengage, you run away.
Yep.
You're going
And rehide.
and rehide. Okay, so you're going 30 feet. Yep.
Fuck!
They might find you again.
They're not gonna find me. I promise you that.
All right, Lucina. You are held inside this tent that is well and truly on fire. The air is hot and stinging at your throat. The area is considered lightly obscured at this point from smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And you're grappled.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. What do you do?
Well, let's take a little look here. See. All right. So, I'm currently grappled. Well then, I shall start by using my action to counter-bully this guy.
You're grappling him?
No, I'm gonna push him around.
So you're shoving him away from you.
Yes.
Okay. He can defend himself with acrobatics.
Fuck you, die.
You have a +4 to strength?
No athletics.
You have a +4 to athletics?
Yeah.
Neat. I thought you were like a strength 6 wizard. Okay.
What? No. Strength 16 cleric. Sorcerer.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I thought you were using dex before. Well, you failed to shove him away.
Can I see the lieutenant?
No, you cannot. You're inside the tent. There's a burning canvas wall between you and her.
Did I take Quicken Spell? Did I take? No, I didn't. Fiddlesticks. Yeah.
What does your magic fly shit say about grapple?
So, I mean, that gives me 10 feet of fly speed, but grapple sets my speed to 0.
Yeah.
So it's not like any sort of magical teleportation. Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, that would be ridiculous if I could also just go, yes, I see you have me grappled. Whoop!
Yep. Just kidding, you don't have me grappled.
Slips right out of there. Like the wind. No, that would in fact be kind of bullshit. Yeah, no, instead I'm just going to sit in here and I'm going to shout for someone to please heal the lieutenant before they actually succeed their mission in killing her. She's kind of important. You should pick her up, HK. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Now it's her turn, and she has to make a death save. By the way, NPCs only get 1. So this is pass or die for her. She dies.
Well, shit.
Oh shit.
HK, your turn. The lieutenant has passed away at your feet. There are 5 enemies around you.
Okay, I want a question. If I was to Misty Step 30 feet away and turn back, could I hit the tent and those 5 guys in a 60-foot area?
Yes.
Okay. HK is going to Misty Step 30 feet away, turn around, and call down the thunder. I need a Constitution save from everything in that 60 feet thing.
What exactly did you just call in?
Fire the sunburst.
He's
I
using
see.
the Davy Crockett.
What?
All right.
He's using the Davy Crockett.
Nuke the campsite. No survivors.
So that is the 5 that were surrounding
I
you.
have 1 spell slot left. The chick is dead. No.
Okay. So the 7 enemies and Lucina that are in this area of effect need to make the Constitution saving throw.
Thank God I'm at full hit points.
Oh yeah, you haven't taken damage.
Although if I fail this and he rolls average, I am down. Never mind, I might just make it.
Good news is the tent is unlikely to be on fire anymore. Mostly because if the tent is not there, you can't really say it's on fire.
The tent has been super conflagrated.
So HK, what was the DC on that save?
The DC is 15.
Okay, so 2 pass for half.
Everyone else
Which-
takes
which
49 points of radiant damage and are blind for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure if
Well-
I pass, it's half and not blind.
Yes.
So yeah, you only take 24. That's not too bad.
I am bloody.
Ooh. Me too. Actually, no, I'm not. I only took 20. But I'm not in that blast radius, correct?
Correct. The 3 by you and you are on the other side of camp. So yeah, the sunburst goes off. As the light clears, the tent has been utterly destroyed, so you don't have to worry about the fire anymore. Of the 2 guys that had bullied you into there, Lucina, one looks to be near death. The other is just almost bloodied. The 3 remaining of the 5 that were outside are all near death.
So I kind of vaporized too.
2 of them just got vaporized, as did the body of the lieutenant.
Well, that's good.
Shit, it means we can't bring her back.
And her command tent. No, she wasn't vaporized. She's burned there. Her body this does not vaporize, so
Oh,
you could
good.
bring her back. I was exaggerating. Sorry.
Ah,
This is all I can think of when he uses that.
So you remember in Barotrauma when you killed someone with a nuke, their skin turned bright red even if they were already dead? That's what happened to her. All right. Anything else, HK?
That's I think that's all HK is gonna do.
Okay. Their turn. Well, the 2 torch guys are going to just start beating the crap out of the wizard they do have, one in the hand and all that.
What wizard?
What do you mean?
Yeah. What wizard?
Lucina. There's the 2 by you. Neither of them got killed. One's just
Cleric, sorcerer, multi-class, damn you.
That's what I was making the joke about.
I
What
didn't
wizard?
go to college. I got
All
my
right,
associates and then joined the church.
Yeah, I get it. You're a bard. Whatever. They attack you, you cleric. Oh, wait, no. That 20s doesn't actually happen.
Why?
Because he's blind. So it's a 12. He has disadvantage on that. I assume the 10 misses. He's
Yes,
one of the ones
they,
that failed it.
they all gently start cleaning the soot off of my armor.
And let's see. Then the 3 outside, only one of which isn't blind. But he is therefore able to lead the 3 over to UHK, and they are going to attack you. So 2 attacks normal, then 4 attacks at disadvantage. So any of those hit you?
One hit me.
The 23 or the
Yeah,
does the 22?
Yeah, the 22 hits.
All right, so a 23 hits as well then.
Yeah, if it was a 23.
There were 2 normal attacks and 4 with disadvantage. 6 attacks
Oh,
total.
okay, I see. Yeah, so yeah, the 22 and the 20.
Your normal AC is like 19 though, right? So the 17
Right,
misses.
yes.
Okay. All right, so they smack you for 16 bludgeoning. And then the 3 are going to try and locate Mr. Brewster.
It's not good.
Dun, 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 dun.
They utterly fail. All right, Brewster.
Well,
You know where they are. They failed that really badly.
they tripped over some buckets.
Yes, they found the bucket storage tent and made a clatter.
Well, I'm going to see which ones I can see and get line of sight on, and take an attack at whatever one looks worst.
Okay, yeah, you can target the near-death one.
Think you dead now.
He dead.
All right, then I'd like to promptly fuck off. Continue hiding. Shit.
Expeditious fuck off.
It was bound to happen at one point.
Yeah, you're not very stealthy. You also found the backup bucket tent.
Why are there so many buckets?
All right, Lucina. You're still being grappled by a blind guy.
Blind leading the blind.
Well then, that's unfortunate. He won't be able to see the light of my taser as I shocking grasp him in the face.
You have advantage.
Yep. You know what? Wait, hold on. Did I? Fuck! I keep forgetting what. I changed up my what I take normally whenever I do sorcerer. Okay, so it's seeking and twinned. Okay, good. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna twin spell this. I'm gonna electrocute
nice.
the blind man, and I'm going to electrocute
the
not
other
so
bully?
blind man.
Sure. Rolls to hit.
Here's the blind one.
That's a crit.
I am so very tempted to use this. It'd be a he's like badly bloodied, right?
He's near death.
Yeah, it would be a complete fucking waste to use that on him.
Let's just save it.
Well, yeah. It's much more showy to save it for the full health, dude. 48 points of die.
Yes, you just turn him to ash. Just incinerate him.
Hey,
And his
no longer
buddy.
grappled.
All right, rolled a hit on his buddy. That also hits.
$12 points of lightning damage.
He is now bloodied. Anything else?
Yeah, how far away are those dickheads?
Which ones?
The gaggle fuck that killed the lieutenant.
They are 20 feet from your current position. All three of them look to be near death.
Cool. I'm gonna stroll up into melee with them.
Okay. That will provoke an attack of opportunity from the guy that was bullying you previously.
He was hit by shocking grasp.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Fake reactions.
Indeed, you are correct. I'd forgotten about that.
Oh, all good. That's what I love about this thing. It's fuck you're in melee with the wizard and fuck your reactions. I'm leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, yeah. So I'm just gonna stroll up to them, inviting them to try to kick my shit in.
Yep.
Okay, so action for that shit.
By the way, HK's over there too.
How fucked up is HK?
HK's pretty fucked up. He's squirting, fluids.
Okay. Bonus action, I put Sanctuary on him.
Okay.
So he can pull a nice, safe retreat to a good distance. How's that sound to you, HK? All right. Good talking. That'll be my turn.
Alrighty. And HK, your turn.
I'm going to move away from them.
Okay. Well, the one that can see is going to take an attack of opportunity.
I have Sanctuary.
Indeed. So first is Wisdom save.
Yeah,
10.
passes.
So he makes his attack roll and misses.
Oh, goody. I am going to move away, and the one that can see, because he's blind, the rest of them are blind,
Uh-huh.
I am going to shoot that one.
Okay. Roll to hit.
That way the blind have to lead the blind. Smart.
I'm damn. I fire. It's like I'm blind. Shit. Fuck, I got nothing else. I'm done.
All right. These guys. Well, the two remaining are going to search for Brewster. They find you.
Yeah, kind of.
And since you only moved 30 feet, they are able to get into melee with you.
Indeed.
And they are going to make some attacks.
Bold.
2 hits.
No crits.
No crits.
2 hits.
Yep. As they smack you for 13 bludgeoning.
Well, uncanny dodge the 4.
Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah. It's a
Oh,
4
we
plus
could-
4, so you could
yeah,
you'd cut that
Yeah.
9
it'd be
damage
4
total at
plus
the
4
end.
would be 8. Yeah.
Yep.
I'd take 4 off of that. Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
And then let's see the
Clang, clang, clang. Cleric
Three.
right behind them.
Yeah, they're going to deal with that threat. So first the 2 attacks from the guy can see.
Uh-huh. He can try. No.
Okay. And then the 2
Parry.
attacks from the 2 blind guys. $19.
How bad off is that one?
Near death.
I allow him to strike me.
Okay. He hits you for 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. He needs to make a dex save as he gets fucking electrocuted. No. Let me see where that is. Nine points of lightning.
He's dead. And that would be it for them. Brewster.
Well, I would like to continue the merry chase.
Okay. They're 2 in melee with you.
Yeah, that's nice. I'm just going to leave their zone of control and keep going.
So you're going to provoke 2 attacks of opportunity?
No, I'm going to disengage.
Oh, okay.
So that's action or bonus action, then fuck off, and actually I think I'll move the 60, just breaking line of sight a couple of different times.
Sure.
And no hiding.
Yep.
That's it.
Okay. Lucina. There are 2 in melee with you. 1 is blind.
What happened to the one that was bullying earlier?
Oh, I miscounted. I guess he should have made some attacks. There are 3 in melee with you.
Cool.
One. There are 2 of them that are blind.
2 of them blind. How bad off are these guys?
The 2 blind ones are near death. The not blind one is bloodied.
And these 2 blind near death guys are within 5 feet of me?
Yes, and each other.
Cool. Twin spell shocking grasp.
Okay. Roll to hit. You have advantage on one of them. Oh, wait, no,
on
they're both
one. They said
they're both blind. They are both blind. Sorry. My eyes keep jumping around on the lines here. Yep,
Oh,
those both
good.
hit. And they are no more.
What? No, that was just the one dude. The first roll
They
was
are
the nat
both
20
no
on the
more.
one guy. Oh, okay. They had like what, 2 hit points?
One had 3. The other had 6.
Oh, yeah, wholesale obliteration.
Anything else in your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell the one remaining dude with his sight to put up his fists.
They are already up.
You walking around with damn tasers on your hands.
Then he should do
Joy-
himself a
Joker Joy
favor and
buzzards.
try leaning in with his chin. It might go quicker.
He gives you this mean smile. Like it doesn't matter what happens, we already won.
That's funny. Well, that's my turn.
Okay. HK. Mister, you here?
Yeah, I'm here. In my turn,
It is.
I'm going to continue to shoot.
All right, there is one enemy you can see. He can also see you. You hit him once. Nope, twice.
Woo!
And he is dead.
19 points of voice damage. Yay!
Yeah, you just pop him right in the back. He drops.
Wait, I'm done.
All right.
I'm done. I don't have any other ability.
All right, these two guys. Let's see. They are trying to follow you. So they will both be taking their dash action, Brewster, and they are keeping pace with you currently.
That's fine. Are they in melee with me?
Yes. And it is your
Okay.
turn.
Well, I'd like to bonus action or action disengage and move. You know, you can hear the sounds of fighting has died off by the rest of the party.
Yeah, you could say that. Big
Then,
flash
like-
and then a few rounds of combat and then everything's quiet.
Yep, I'm gonna move back towards the silence,
Okay.
luring my friends with me.
Are you going 60 feet, 30, what?
Bonus action disengage 60 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
So bringing me as close to whoever I can get to. bring
That
these
would
guys into
get
the fold.
you within like 20 feet of HK. And that'd be 30 feet away from Lucina.
Yep. So just get their attention. Hey, I got the rest of them over here.
All right, Lucina.
This is dude still in front of me?
No, he died. HK shot him in the back.
Who's left?
Well, Brewster's emerged saying he has the rest of them behind him, but you don't currently have line of sight on anybody.
They'll be along shortly.
Okay. Well, in that case, I will ready an acid splash for if I see 2 of them show up.
Okay. HK. Mister, you here?
Yeah.
It's your turn.
How many are left?
You don't see any. Brewster did just come out of the rest of the camp saying that there were 2 behind him. You don't currently have line of sight on anybody.
All right, well, I'll hold action unless they walk out. I'm going to start blasting. I'm just going to hold my action.
Okay. Well, their turn. They're going to come dashing out of the camp, following Brewster, running into melee with him. This will provoke the attacks of opportunity from both HK and Lucina.
Dexterity save, actually.
Okay.
Are the two of them within 5 feet each?
Yes.
All right.
They failed that. 2 hits, HK.
Since there's 2 of them, I'll hit 1 each.
Okay.
9 acid apiece.
Alrighty. One of them gets bloodied by that acid.
1 for 9 and 1 for 10.
Okay. So one of them gets bloodied and then looks to be near death after getting shot by HK. The other is just injured. But they had to dash to get in range of Brewster. And that is the end of their turn. Brewster.
Well, I will continue playing kiting, but I don't have to hide anymore. I'm just going to disengage and move basically moving around Lucina and HK, so they'll try continuing to chase me. That's my goal.
Okay.
But yeah, if I could go basically, so if I ran around Lucina, where they would choose to run and follow around me as well and not go through Lucina's zone of control, that's basically what I'm doing. Or they would go up to Lucina, one of the two.
Right, assuming they haven't gotten tired of this and they aren't just going to charge the spellcasters.
Charging me has definitely worked out well for people.
Well, and that's the funny thing is she looks like a spellcaster, but she stands like a paladin.
All right.
So, yeah,
okay.
That's all I'm going to do.
Lucina, your turn.
Distance?
30 feet.
Charge forward, 3rd level Thunder Wave. Can I get all 3 in a single blast?
There's only 2 of them. Unless you're trying to get Brewster, in which case, no, you cannot get him.
I moved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to try to bully these 2 then.
Okay, con saves?
Yep. Fail it, you fucking bitches. Just die already.
Yeah, they failed it.
It's 48. How bad are for these guys looking?
One is injured, one is near death.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll maximize.
Okay, how much damage?
32. And they're knocked 10 feet away.
Their corpses are knocked 10 feet back into a tent, which then collapses on their bodies. They are dead, and you guys are out of initiative.
Well, that was fucked.
Well, that goes through basically all my shit.
I know. Me too.
It's a good thing you're 2 hours into a long rest.
But now we have no camp.
Yes,
no
the camp
soldiers?
has been trashed by this.
How far? Oh,
Comet did the most damage.
satellite beam from orbit.
Yes. Yeah, if you have never seen that video, that YouTube clip that I put in there, that's exactly what that thing is.
It's great. I love that clip. Well,
what's the blast radius on this bitch? Yes. What do you mean by yes? Oh god, he starts freaking out because it just destroys an entire city.
so how's our good lieutenant looking?
Crispy.
Is there still a corpse?
Yes.
Is this corpse in a condition to be brought back to life?
You think it would be, yes.
We're bringing it back then.
Where is the nearest town that would be able to perform this?
Lushingworth, about a day-and-a-half journey to the south.
All right. How about the nearest town that's not, sketchy as fuck?
Changeling controlled.
So, you know that the lieutenant was dispatched from the fortress of Goudrath, which is also about a day-and-a-half's walk from here. Other than that, you know that the next closest major city in the Duchy of Vebey is Ivory Hollow. And from your position, that would be 1, 2, 3, Be 3 to 4 days journey.
Still less than 10. Well,
So
fill
she
the corpse
brought
in
the
bag of
guards
holding and let's
with
go.
her. I'm sorry. So the soldiers that were with the commander, she brought them with her.
Yes, they were a squad that was dispatched with you from Gougewrath by the commander there, Katarina.
Including the commander, the two-handed sword chick.
Yes, the lieutenant.
So I suggest we go back to the
Wait, hold on. Is this Katarina, or is this one of her like higher-ranking moves?
This was a lieutenant that was sent with you. Katarina is still, as far as you know, at the fortress.
Okay, guys. Okay, so I think I see what occurred here. We came out here. They've been subtly, jacking all of our guys, and then they were going to take the lieutenant. That way, they had an in at the keep.
No, because we had individual handshakes with each group. I think this group was changelings the whole time. Because they never failed the handshake. We had handshakes with all of the individual groups.
Yeah, but like changelings, man.
Well,
I mean,
when we first came out here, our initial order to them was to stay in groups of 3, and each of those groups of 3 had a different handshake that only that group of 3 knew. That was my way of making sure that this group of 12 was never compromised in that way of swapping an entire group out at a time, or one guy at a time. That's why I'm saying these guys were probably changelings from the beginning. Because that's when I do the handshakes. I don't just go up to the group of 12 of them and do a handshake. That's going to each group of 3 of them separately from each other and doing the handshake.
I mean, that's just it, though. The changelings, if they compromise a full group at a time and they're able to figure out what those signs are,
all 4 of them. That's the whole point.
I mean, we've seen how effective these. Like, there's at least 12 of them. 12 of them, I think, could probably get away.
I think the fort may be compromised.
I'm leaning towards the fort is compromised.
I mean, here's the question I'd pose for you. Their goal here was, okay, why would they choose now then to kill the lieutenant?
Because she's likely to go back with us to the city to report
To
she,
the keep.
First-hand encounter.
We'd be going back
no,
to
we're gonna go back to the keep. Those 12 soldiers were gonna go with us. They
right.
probably have a changeling in the woods somewhere that they were gonna swap her out with. And she was going to go back to the keep with us, and most likely she was probably going to go to the city with us to continue having a live person with us, and thus giving the changelings an in the inner court. I don't think they have the inner court of the city compromised.
So here's my question. If this entire group was already compromised when we came out here, that would mean the entire keep is compromised, which would render trying to get this one individual completely irrelevant.
I don't think the entire keep is compromised.
That is true. That makes a good point. Why would they try to kill her now if they were all compromised? Why didn't they kill her back in the fort and replace her if the fort's been compromised?
Exactly. If these guys all came with us from the fort, so either the fort is fucking filled to the brim, and I mean, let's
somehow these guys got swapped out while we were here.
Exactly. They had.
Well, my thought process is that she's likely to be the one that comes with us when we go back to the city, like to actually make an in-person report. So they'll want to replace her because she'll probably stay at the city as a liaison of some kind.
That's kind of a jump, especially given that the city's already infested. Like, they have a dozen other ways that they could infiltrate that doesn't require them to get to the city by compromising a fort, an adventuring party.
Yeah, I'm starting to lean towards. How long has this group been here?
Yeah,
you guys have been here for about 7 days now.
So we've been here 7 days with this same group of people?
Yes.
So it could have started slowly changing out everyone, and she was the last one left.
Plus, there was, a good 2 days maybe 3 where we just didn't go back to camp at all.
Look. There was 12 of them, right?
There
Yes,
there were
total.
12 knights and a lieutenant that led them.
Okay, so they could, in 6 days, you could grab 2 a night during watch on a certain shift. Just grab 2 and then replace them. You don't have to go full board, just 2 a night. And in 6 days, you would have 12 people. Then the last day, because we showed up and probably messed it up, they had to get her out of there. Because we were heading back into the town, like Ruffles said. And so I believe neither place may be compromised. I believe they changed it up and trying to get to either the fort or the city.
Well,
Why would they try to get to the city? They've already compromised the city.
Okay,
no, they have minor infiltration in the city. They don't have the upper court.
Do they?
And they're trying to get into the fort then, because that's the only place
As
where
far
they're.
as we know, they do not have the upper court right now. Based on the information that we had and all the conversations that we had.
We've also talked with the city's town like watch chief. Even he made a comment that not everyone that doesn't appear to be what they are is a bad thing. Look,
That's probably because they're not
if
on
you're
the changeling side. They're probably in the demon pack.
look, if they're attempting to infiltrate the city, why would they do it through the most like
No, I'm not
look,
saying
clearly
infiltrate
these
the
creatures
city.
are not very
I'm talking about
intelligent.
I'm talking about infiltrating the upper court.
They probably don't have the upper court. I can see what Ruffles is saying. They probably don't have
saying
the
that
upper.
They
this
wouldn't
lieutenant
try
that
to
we
get
have
the
at
upper
Corpse
court through a lieutenant.
Yeah, I don't believe they have the upper court because
The reason I think that
that
this
mobster.
lieutenant may possibly be the reason that, or my guess right now for the infiltration of the upper court using her is that she's going to be our vessel. She's going to be our liaison. So when we go back to the fort, if they replaced her, we go back to the fort. She tells them, you know, everything that we encountered because the changelings would know all of this. And thus the commander at the fort is going to, okay, go with them, go to the city. That way I have a mouthpiece there and there is no loss of communication in a letter somewhere in the woods. And that way that mouthpiece, her, the lieutenant, is going to come with us and go to the city, and she will most likely stay in the court for secure transmission through some sort of cipher or anything that they have for communicating that only the commander of the fort and the lieutenant being a higher rank in the fort would know. If you replace the lieutenant with a changeling, that gives them interruptive communication. Which they currently have.
Occam's razor, they have compromised an entire group of knights so that they can compromise the fort, which was previously not compromised.
I agree with that too. And then probably their final goal was the city.
My only concern then is the handshakes.
Look, this is a world full of
Didn't you
magic.
come up with
We
the
literally
handshake?
have spells that can like determine truth and read minds.
So they mind read all of the handshakes?
Yes.
I just want
Who
to
set the handshakes up? Who
I set the handshakes up. I made the initial conversation with Under about the handshakes being with 4 groups of 3, and then the lieutenant had her own handshake. And every time we came back to camp, I did that with them separately. I didn't do that in a big group of all 12 at once.
That is correct, and they passed every time.
That's where I'm wondering where the changes
a certain
came in.
handshake to each group.
Again, think of all the magic that exists. How hard would it be to detect like the basic thoughts of a creature as they're going about an action that they need to think about?
But all 4 groups. That's where the question is coming into. So what Mr. does have a good point though. If you compromise 2 at a time, you would actually get the handshake for each group throughout the entire course of a week.
Mm-hmm.
So
Precisely.
yeah, I'm thinking I'm not saying the
7
fort is
days.
fully compromised, because if the fort was fully compromised, then yes, the lieutenant would have been compromised a long time ago. I'm saying that the fort was partially compromised. They had some people in the higher guard of the fort, which those high guard came with us to see what we were up to keep tabs on us. And on the last night, we're planning on going back in the morning. Their decision was to swap out the lieutenant. That's what I was saying. I don't think the fort is compromised. I
Or
think
they
it's
were going to
partially
kill the lieutenant, or they were going to kill the lieutenant and either blame us for it,
Yeah.
kill the lieutenant, escape in the night, and blame us for it, or it
Right now, we need to get her up, and we can't do it at the fort or the city. So yes, I say we put her in the bag of holding and go the 4 days. Go somewhere safe that we, because right now we're off the changeling radar. We killed
Under.
our
Is there a
contacts.
priest of any kind at the fort that would be able to provide this service?
Yes.
I'm inclined to say we need to go to the fort. We have to head off the news.
Okay.
yeah, I agree. We
Yeah,
have to
we
go
can
in
get there
the
fast. If there's somebody, I didn't realize there was somebody at the fort that we could get her up with.
Well, I mean, I didn't either. That's why I asked.
There
though, 'cause-
isn't like a cleric of sufficiently high level, but they do have scrolls.
We'll be
Oh,
able
yeah.
to, and I believe we need to report into the commander and see her reaction.
Your mic is kind of garbly right now, HK. Just so you know.
Oh, sorry.
No,
okay.
no. Just letting you know so that if we don't hear you clearly, we're not ignoring you. Just so you know.
Roger.
But yeah, I say back to fort then. So we'll finish
Yeah.
a long rest, keep the watch order. And then, yeah, we'll put the body in the bag of holding before we resume our watch. Is there anything salvageable in her tent that was set on fire and then nuked?
You can make an investigation check.
You wanna do that, HK? I'll help you.
We're doing an investigation.
Yeah, we're looking for any salvageable material or information that the lieutenant could have, the night lieutenant could have had in her tent that might have survived the fire and nuking. You have advantage. I'm aiding and abetting you.
Good thing we don't have a paladin here. They'd lose their powers for your assistance.
All right, 24 on the investigation.
Alrighty. So yeah, you're looking through the burned remains of her command tent, and you find that most of it looks to have been badly damaged by the fire and then the sunburst. However, in the remains of the desk, it looks like this was like inside the desk, like a drawer. Though can't tell that for certain looking at the charred remains of it. It could have been a box for all you know. You do find a badly singed journal, which appears to have been kept by the lieutenant, covering this expedition.
Wonderful.
In it, she notes that, she hates downtime, can't wait to go back on the campaign trail, finish babysitting the adventurers, and that the rest of her company here is just as restless as her.
All right.
Although hindsight has shown that restlessness was for another reason.
All right.
They were planning a murder.
There's nothing odd and nothing that stands out as being a little red flaggy, I guess.
Nothing immediately appears obvious now.
All right. I'll check that in my inventory, and then yeah, we'll resume our watch order.
Okay. The rest of the night passes without incident.
Oh, okay.
Morning dawns.
All right. Well, we need to get moving. I don't see any reason to take anything down in the camp.
What camp?
Yeah, what's left of the camp? I'd like to raid the bucket tent. No, I'm kidding.
The buckets seem to have escaped in the night.
Damn buckets. All right, I think we'll just make our way to the fort.
Okay.
You said it's a day and a half, so double time we could make it in a day.
Yes.
All right. Well, I don't think we have anything hindering us.
Nope.
Do we want to double time? Lose a little bit of passive?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have a 22 passive, so double time is still reasonably high for me.
Sure. I just need you guys to make a survival check for whoever's doing the navigating.
Probably me.
Sure as shit ain't me.
Can I get a... Does anyone else here have proficiency?
Nope.
All right. Doing a cold turkey.
I can give you an unskilled assistance.
Oh, yeah!
Oh yeah, yeah, baby.
Optimal flight path as the bird flies.
Indeed. Yeah, you head right towards it. And as twilight is upon you, having just walked through these woods for the day, you can see the towers of Goudrath ahead. And as you approach the gate, the guards at the gate question you, saying, "I seem to recall a host of knights leaving with you. What happened to them?"
There
Only talk to the commander.
was an incident. We need to speak to the commander.
Aha. Sure. I'll have a couple of the boys escort you right up.
Insight check.
Sure, make an insight check. You're pretty sure he thinks you killed them, and by have a couple of boys, escort you up, he means he's gonna put the whole place on alert, and you do one thing wrong, you're gonna have 100+ knights descend on you.
Well, good thing we don't plan on doing anything wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll admire our escort and get to the commander.
Besides, if they deploy 100+ knights on us, they're going to have a very large pile of casualties when HK fucking bombs the keep.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, we gather.
Rest off, so he's full charge on that.
All the knights surround you in the courtyard. We nuke the courtyard.
Yeah, well,
enough...
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I have enough inventory carry weight. I'd like to carry a second light crossbow from our adventures. I can only carry one more, but I would like to have 2 light crossbows.
Uh-huh.
So I have a spare. Because I was gonna make a trap with that, but I never ended up doing it.
Okay, yeah. So rather than be led to the Knight Commander's office, you are led instead to a different part of the keep. Not below ground or anything. They're not taking you to the dungeons. But it looks to be like a hall on the first floor instead. Looks to be like a mustering hall. And inside, as the doors are opened ahead of you, as you guys approach, you can see the Knight Commander in her full plate mail, along with about 50 knights. Looks to be 5 groups of 10. In front of each 10, you see, what looks to be someone with the same rank markings on their armor as that lieutenant had. None of them look happy.
Why are they in battle formation? Damn. I mean, there's 3 of them.
Can we rewind time real quick? I'd like to make something that I would have done but didn't think of.
Sure, it took you guys about 20 minutes to get to this point from the gate, so...
No, rewinding time before we left camp, because we have the bag of holding. I'd like to put one of the changeling corpses in there, because we can.
Sure.
We would have had time to do that. I just thought, I was like, well, we're coming back with absolutely nothing. We should bring a changeling corpse back and be like, we're not lying, this happened.
Here's the corpse.
Yeah. In fact, I'd like to get 2 if we can, because that would pretty much max out the bag of holding, but we probably can get 3 total corpses in there, right?
Probably. I'm okay with it.
Shake it up. All right, let's make sure we get the right. Oh fuck, the lieutenant came out. Hold on, guys. I swear to God, we didn't kill the lieutenant and stuff her in the bag. One second. Shakes out the changelings.
We put him in
These
the wrong
guys
order.
did it.
And we put him in the wrong order. The lieutenant comes out first. Everybody starts attacking. Shit. No, wait. Anyway, yeah. So everybody else can do the talking because I'm only good at lying.
Okay. So, the escorts seem to be leading you right up to the Knight Commander in the middle of this hall.
I'm detecting some hostility here.
The Knight Commander looks at you and says, "Not hostility. Not yet, anyway. But I seem to recall sending with you a lieutenant and 12 knights. All good men. And yet you return alone. You yourselves appear to be relatively unharmed. So, leads to a few conclusions, or at least suppositions. And I would hear what you have to say."
Understandable circumstances as they are. I'd be in the same shoes. So let's just start with the good news. The good news: the Fae problem permanently solved. Their evil magic tree was uprooted, destroyed. The guys behind the druid behind it killed. The Mothman also killed. That's all taken care of. The news that you're probably more concerned about at the moment, well, last night we, well, rather I should say Brewster, came across the 12 knights that were sent with us, other than the lieutenant, launching a mutiny to kill the lieutenant. When I managed to get through the tent flaps past them, well, she was being beset by a group of these, and Lucina's going to reach into the bag of holding and produce the 2 changeling corpses.
And she looks at them, and looks at you, and says, "And you mean to tell me that 2 of these felled the lieutenant?"
Oh, no, it was all 12 knights had been compromised while we were, while this expedition was away. Well, we couldn't exactly carry all 12 bodies with us. There's only 3 here, plus a bag of holding. We do, however, have the lieutenant here. Hopefully you guys are going to be able to, bring her back. They kind of stabbed her a lot. Lucine's going to reach in, produce the lieutenant's body.
Mm-hmm. The Knight Commander's going to look at it and is like, "This body looks burned. What did you do to it?"
Again, part of the incident.
Unfortunately, drastic measures had to be taken to ensure our survival.
Yeah, after she was slain, well, the changelings, they were all clumped up around her, and we were getting kind of desperate because they were sort of kicking our shit in too. So HK blew up the camp.
She raises an eyebrow when you say that. "And the 12 knights, were you able to recover them?"
We did not find the 12 knights' bodies. Given the circumstances at the time, we didn't run a search for them. We felt it better to probably get here first and let you know what happened.
I see.
Before any other changelings may have showed up here.
I mean, I suppose at this point, given the nature of this, you're also probably thinking there's a non-zero chance we're probably changelings.
The thought had crossed my mind.
And at this point, I'll ask her if she remembers the handshake that I had given her when we left.
I assume you had set up something similar with the lieutenant and the other knights I sent.
Yep.
Looks like it didn't work.
She's right. How to prove? I mean, we have the lieutenant's body. Pretty sure she could at least vouch for changelings impersonating her men and trying to kill her. Though that doesn't exactly get us out of suspicion.
Well,
I don't know. Do
when
you guys have
lieutenants
like
die, they change into the tofu bodies. So kill me.
what?
No, I'm just. That's how sure I am that I'm not a changeling.
HK does not wish to be deactivated.
I don't wish to die, but if you need proof, then kill me. If I'm a changeling, then my party and compatriots are also changelings, and my body will turn into, well, one of these.
If you are not a changeling, then you are probably some of our best assets for combating them. No, I will not be killing you or throwing that away so readily.
Oh, she liked my proof. That's good. Because what changeling would actually offer that up?
Well, a changeling that's using it as a shield to avoid being,
But I wasn't being deceptive.
You will all stay here tonight as our guests.
Mhm.
And
Now, when she says guests, does she
means guests.
mean honored guests or involuntary guests?
she
Both of
means
those,
that you
probably.
can stay as guests or leave through the morgue.
Gotcha.
and then HK shows violence.
See, but the use of the word guest implies that you're not you're going to be like given like guest quarters. You'll just be guarded rather than being say thrown in the dungeons.
There's 50 men around here. There's 50 men.
In this room, there are 50 men.
Okay. In this
Total
room,
50
there are
cents.
50 men.
Knight
How far
Commander,
apart
10 groups
are
of 10
they?
or 5 groups of 10 and one.
They're standing in like a parade formation. This was very obviously set up to be intimidating.
I'm not intimidated.
So, if just suggestion, if I decided to choose violence, how many could I get in a 60-foot area?
All of them and yourselves.
Okay, just keeping that option handy.
I just want to clarify real quick with 8K. That's 60-foot radius. That is a 120-foot circle.
I know.
This room is smaller than that. Both
Oh.
ways.
No,
So,
I'm
yeah, I'll
not
accept
gonna
her
do it.
offer. And
He has nothing to worry
offer up
about.
the
He-
lieutenant's journal to her so that she can go through it if she wants.
Yeah, she accepts it. And she kind of
And-
hands it off to a adjunct she had there.
I'm assuming Lucina would offer her services as a cleric to be able to revive the body.
I mean, yeah, unless they have someone more skilled.
Your services won't be required for that.
See, someone more skilled.
Someone
That's-
more
I mean-
trusted.
Make the offer, it's an olive branch. You say, hey, I'm willing to help. That's what you're doing.
You have either done enough or enough. Either way, we'll find the truth of it come morning.
Sounds good to me.
Good.
Let's hit the hay.
Your escort can show you to your quarters. And yeah, the escort kind of leads you through a different part of the keep than you stayed in before. The rooms aren't as nice. There's also no windows. It's a single room for the three of you. But there's like a decent beds. This looks more like someplace like that might have been like a converted barracks room or something. One thing you do notice is besides the stone walls, the lack of windows, the door is like a reinforced door with a lock, and you hear it click locked behind you when they lock you in.
Understandable.
Yeah. But there's also like some food and water laid out, a chamber pot, like all the amenities you would expect to find at like a moderately nice inn, except the fact that you can't leave.
So how long do we sit in this jail cell before we bust out and lay waste to this camp?
Well, we're gonna spend the night because it's beginning of a long rest again.
As for how long we're going to do this, I propose we allow events to unfold as they will.
Well, I'd like to investigate that tin flask if HK wants to help me with that. I have an unidentified liquid. I have a tin flask with an unidentified liquid inside of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got some tools and everything for that. That's an investigation check, right, Under?
It's an alchemist tools check if you're investigating the liquid itself.
Yeah, I said Tango Sierra Charlie 21.
Mm-hmm.
If I can aid him at all, I don't think I can, but
Only if you're proficient with alchemy tools.
I am not. Proficient with brewer tools? Is that close enough?
Not for this. This is a magic horseshit.
Yep.
If this was wine, you'd be able to identify it, no problem. But this, yeah. All right, but HK is able to, working with this, figure out what it is, and it looks like it contains a dose of elixir of health.
Oh, okay. Health potion.
It's a health potion. Cool.
Nope, it's elixir of health, not a potion of healing.
Oh, elixir of health.
Mm-hmm.
I'm familiar with that one.
It cures any disease affecting you and removes the blinded, deafened, paralyzed, and poisoned conditions.
It's a cure potion. Okay. Not a heal potion. Got it.
Would HK have enough knowledge to know that might affect the black and white curse on me?
It does not
Yeah,
affect
I-
curses. He would know it does not affect curses. This is for
And-
dealing with like natural stuff.
Yeah, so we can assume that black and white thing is magical of some kind, curse. So this wouldn't work, is what I'm asking.
HK would not believe it would work.
Okay.
That would not work.
All right. Well, Lucina, you can take that if you want. Elixir of health.
Alrighty, I'll slap it in the inventory.
Yeah.
All right. It is inside of a tin flask, so just so you know that the contents, the thing isn't
Hey,
just a regular flask.
Did they leave? Did we still have the bodies, or did they take the bodies with them?
They kept the bodies in the hall where you would drop them.
And I would have taken some parts, some stuff, like blood.
You could have did that on the other body.
When you guys were at the camp, you could have taken samples.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, that's. I'm gonna be playing with stuff on. So yeah.
I'm gonna need more ammo soon. Jesus. I only have 40 crossbow bolts left.
All right. So you guys do anything else this night, or are you just going to sleep?
No, that's it.
I propose we set up a watch.
Oh well,
Not a bad
yeah.
idea. Same watch as before.
You know it.
All right. BHLH.
Alrighty. The night passes without incident. You hear some shuffling out in the hall occasionally, but it's probably just people walking by. Shared accommodations and all that.
Is there a keyhole?
There is.
During some of the shuffling, I'd like to peer out.
Okay. Make a perception check. All right. Yeah. You see a figure in what looks to be plate mail. Walk up and whisper to the other figures in plate mail. Looks like there's 4 of them outside your room. And then they exchange places, and the other guy starts walking away. It looks like every hour or so, one guard is exchanged. And that happens throughout the night.
So one guard is on watch for 2 hours, and then they're cycling it off from each other.
Every hour, one of the 4 knights out there is relieved and replaced.
Oh, interesting. There's 4 of them. Okay. So they're concerned about the changelings too. That's the only reason they do that.
Or they are changelings, and they've been replacing the knights one by one.
Nah. So night passes without incident.
It does. Morning comes. You guys have completed another long rest.
Oh, wait for the fire.
Yeah, and you would eventually hear a knock at your door, followed by the key unlocking it and the door opening. It's the same guy that escorted you before. He says, "Oh, good, you're up. Please come with me. We're going to see the Knight Commander. She wants to talk to you."
Insight check.
Okay. Make an insight check. He's got his orders to bring you to the Knight Commander. And that's what he's going to do. He's glad he doesn't have to throw, your chamber pot on you to wake you up.
Hey, Hunter, real quick. When we're on our long rest and before we go to long rest and all that yada yada, is there a way that I could attach one of those magical arrows, the fireball arrows, to the second light crossbow in a way that it would stay with the light crossbow if I kitted it and unkitted it, so to speak?
I don't follow
tying
what
it-
you're trying to do.
Basically, I want to have the arrow loaded, but not drawn. Like tied
Okay.
on with a string or something.
Yeah, you could just lash it to the crossbow. That's not a problem.
That way, it's easier to fire off in an emergency.
Ah, I see what you're getting at. Yeah, that's not too difficult.
Okay, I just want to make sure I can have that preloaded. Yep, that's it.
It's not loaded. Like, you would still be the same
Yeah.
as drawing it from a quiver. But it's
Yep.
at hand.
Yep. Yeah, not drawn. Obviously, that would destroy a crossbow after a day or two. But that's it. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. So, do you guys go with him?
Yep.
Yes.
Lead the way, my good sir.
Okay. Yeah, he starts leading you through the halls. These are a little more familiar to you as you realize that you're being led to the Knight Commander's office.
Upgrades.
And eventually he arrives at her door, knocks on it. She bids you guys to enter. He opens the door and waves you inside. Inside, her office is much the same as it was before. She's sitting behind her desk, and she's alone in the room.
Trust.
Yep, the door's closed behind you as you enter the room. And she waves to some seats in front of her desk and says, "Please, sit down. I had a nice long chat with the lieutenant this morning. It seems you were, in fact, telling the truth. Gotta say, it shocked the hell out of me. No offense, but you adventuring types aren't usually the most trustworthy of folk."
That's why they do the talking. I point at my compatriots.
Well, you do have my congratulations and thanks for dealing with this Fey threat.
Fortunately, it's just the beginning.
I'm hoping it's the beginning of the end of all this.
Indeed.
Yeah, we got about 15 levels to go.
Optus. I'm sure the Knight Commander's really confused with that statement.
Yeah.
Bulls? We're only on the second floor. I'm confused.
But that does bring up the point of Lushingworth. From what I asked you before of getting evidence that the Baron there was not exactly on the up and up, being one of these changelings and all, I don't believe you actually ended up returning with any such evidence of that.
Correct. We were. I mean, outside of a vaguely suggestive line from the watch commander, yeah, nothing.
Biggest thing we can establish is there wasn't interrupt communication. Did we get the communique that was supposed to have come from her for infiltrating that dungeon, or did we not get that letter? I don't remember if we asked for it or not. I don't think we did, but I would have.
If it's
liked
on
to
your
have asked
inventory,
for
you
it.
don't have it.
Okay. But yeah, so obviously I think we established that previously that this communique didn't come from the commander, and she's aware of that. So that communication interruption happened at the same time, it appears. So however your messages are being delivered and received, that's where the current infiltration level is.
Well, typically we use runners.
Or your service. So
Yes,
could be
couriers.
anybody. Could be anybody.
Could be. Typically the couriers that we send on special missions to like Lushingworth and all are just, squires of the various knights here. Would be fairly trivial to supplant one of them while they're in visiting a town or so. That being said, squires aren't exactly privy to anything sensitive, so limited risk with them there. Did you actually manage to meet with the Baron while you were in town?
Face to face.
Excellent. And your opinions?
I don't believe he's compromised. They're aware of the changeling threat in the city, and as far as we can tell, everybody that we encountered that is a part of his court was not turned, so to speak. Just appears to be low-level infiltration at the time. Talking of the harbor master and any other information that we gleaned from the Baron.
I see.
I'm not entirely certain I agree with that assessment.
Oh. And what is your assessment of the situation?
Well, I don't have any hard proof. Based off an insinuation made by the guard captain about how not everyone who's not as they seem is not an enemy, I get the impression that it seems like there's at least two different groups of shape changers.
Yeah, there's the Fey changelings and then the demon faction.
The issue is determining who is compromised by who, or whom is compromised by whom.
That's the first time we've mentioned demon faction aloud in front of the commander, by the way.
I'm aware.
That was intentional.
She does not seem to react over much to that.
I take it then you're familiar with Phineas? Not Phineas, what was fuck? Where's
Flynn?
Flynn, that's what it was.
No, I have
no,
no
it's
idea
just
who
Finn,
you're
not
talking
Flynn.
about.
Insight check.
Flynn.
Sure, make an insight check. She appears to be earnest.
But she's not shocked by the implication of fiendish involvement.
She is not.
At this point, I don't think she'd be shocked by much of anything based on the information she got from the lieutenant this morning. But currently there is Finn. As far as we can tell, he is in charge of one group of changelings. We believe he is a demon, just hanging out, enjoying, mortal life. And he wants Lushingworth to stay as is. He doesn't want another group infiltrating his fun time. The changelings, we do not know what their goal is. We don't know why they're infiltrating the ranks and providing misinformation between the fort and Lushingworth. And as for more information on Finn, he's just in charge of the criminal underworld of the entire city. So there's that. Except for the thieves, the spymaster runs the Thieves Guild. Ironically.
They usually do. I see.
Takes mental note of state secret.
In your opinion, if I was to send you back into Lushingworth, do you think you could deal with this changeling threat?
Deal with it is a very broad statement. Do I believe we have the raw destructive capability to kill all the changelings? Yes. Do I think this can be done in a surgical manner?
No, it can't be surgical.
Yeah.
That's the only problem with it right now. We do not have a accurate way of determining who is a changeling and who is not. That has been the forefront problem for our entire trip, so to speak. As you can understand with us, when we came back, it's a bit haphazard trying to figure out who's who.
And I see.
Hence the use of the handshakes. It's, as far as I can tell, they don't get memories.
Or do they?
Out of character, I can tell you Underdark would not make an impossible scenario.
Or would he?
No, he wouldn't. There is an end, there is a solution to the puzzle, otherwise it would be pointless.
Oh yeah, there's a solution. But I think we need to revise what we think we know about our enemy.
Well, that's the biggest problem. All of the information we gather is pointless to gather. It doesn't matter what information we know, it changes the next day. Like the 12 knights that went with us.
Mm-hmm.
We set up a system to prevent changeling takeover. It didn't work. So what
Wait,
system
how do they
is going to work?
reproduce?
We don't know. They're tofu men. I'm guessing they're like an organic symbiote style, kind of like a
that wasn't like
mimic.
I mean, like, do we know how changelings reproduce? Like, is that something that is known?
Wait.
Not really, no.
It's similar to mimics.
Well, mimics just break apart, don't they?
Yeah, but they produce asexually.
That's one
I don't
theory,
know.
but
don't know.
but it's never been observed. They don't know how these guys reproduce.
Yeah, changelings are an actual race, so I don't know.
Well, I'm assuming based on their ability to assume any, role, gender or not, they're, considered asexual. Therefore, they don't have mating pairs to reproduce naturally, as we understand reproduction. So the only other thing would be a asexual reproduction. They just produce a spore of some kind that grows into a new changeling.
Yeah,
Probably at a very fast grow rate based on, just common knowledge of changelings. If they are normal changelings, they probably grow very quickly. So when we kill one, it's probably only a matter of months before they grow a replacement. And if they grow them in large enough batches, you have plenty of replacements laying around. Hence, all 12 of our knights being compromised.
If that's the
Makes
case, where would they be able to hide that in Lushingworth?
Anywhere? That would probably be something to investigate, is where are they reproducing, if they are reproducing. They have the
Where
entire
is it
sewer
coming
system.
From? Yeah, we haven't. This all started with them in that fucking boat.
Yeah, it's the slave traders. And they had the upper middle class house with the prison with the brown mold door,
Yeah,
which we burned down.
remember that.
And then that's the only foothold that we knew of theirs. If we could,
Yeah, but see,
mean-
that doesn't.
we need to talk to Finn. All honesty.
Yeah, the guy in town, the mobster, yes. The demon guy that we started a fight with, yes. We need to
Well,
speak with him.
Pete's other character started a fight with. That
Yeah, but
character's
he's
no
dead,
longer
so it should
around.
be all right.
Yeah, we should be able to engage with him and not have any issues. And he likes me anyway. Well, likes with air quotes.
Okay.
I'm a useful tool in his eyes. So yeah, I think we need to re-engage with Finn and get as much information about footholds.
Yeah,
from
we're-
him.
we're-
We can figure
we're-
out where the changelings are footholded, because he would be footholded everywhere else.
Yeah, we're swinging shadows here. We're killing them in groups, but it's not groups that matter.
Yeah.
We're
They're
killing
able to
foot
reproduce
soldiers
fast
and
enough
not
to replenish
leaders.
their numbers.
Well, that's the thing. If we assume that they have the ability to replace their numbers at a high rate and in large batches, then what we've done is negligible damage.
Yeah, I
If
don't
they
believe they have
If
that
they
high
cannot
of
replace,
an turnover rate.
yeah, if they cannot replace their numbers substantially in a short period of time, then we have dealt a not unreasonable blow.
Well, remember how fast they placed the Harbor Master.
They replaced the Harbor Master. That could be done by shuffling around assets. Take a low
Yes.
priority infiltration asset and swap it out
Mhm.
for maintaining the higher priority.
Yeah, you just swap one changeling out for another, and that low priority one just doesn't go to work for the day because he no longer exists. The other thing that I was thinking is we might venture back to the camp and see if we can find the knights' bodies. But that would be up to the commander what she really wants us to do in terms of dealing with the problem, because we're her eyes and ears right now.
That you are. Which brings me back to why I wanted to meet with you today instead of just cutting you loose. I received orders from Earl Sternhell. He's the next rank up, as it were. With orders to quarantine Lushingworth, and then, should the problem prove to be intractable, raise it.
Seems reasonable. I mean, Buddy over there can drop nukes, so.
Reasonable from a big picture scale, perhaps. However, there are several thousand people living in Lushingworth. I doubt all of them are changelings.
You haven't been.
There will be a large number of innocents that will die as a result of this. Now, it's going to take me a couple of weeks to muster my forces, march out there, and set up the quarantine around Lushingworth. And once that happens, my hand will likely be forced within a month.
Oh, what of the port? Naval getting involved to secure the port side of things?
I've been informed that has been taken care of. I did not ask
All right.
how.
Well, probably brought the Navy in.
That is my supposition, but out of my scope. I'm sharing these orders with you because that means you have about 2 weeks where you can still freely get in and out of Lushingworth. Once the quarantine is up, no one will be allowed to leave or enter the city. and then after a month, we will likely have to purge it. If the problem is not resolved by then. This is why I originally asked you whether you felt you could deal with the changeling problem in the city. Because I cannot order my knights to do such an infiltration because I need them for the muster.
Understandable.
But with the Fey problem dealt with, this seems to be the only problem besieging them at the moment, which means if you can deal with them, we can call the whole thing off. We can call it a good mission, what have you. You said before you were worried that you wouldn't be able to do so surgically. Well, considering the alternative is complete annihilation of the city, any amount of collateral damage less than that is acceptable.
Sounds good.
Preferably, I would want you to minimize it, but I won't raise hell if you can't.
All right.
As for the demon involvement, if they're aligned against the changeling, and that they seek the city to be in good shape, then yes, you will likely be able to make allies with them, at least temporarily, as far as you can be allies with those types of creatures. I won't tell you to seek them out, but they're likely them, and if you're correct about the Court of the Baron being unaffected or uninfiltrated, those are likely the only two groups that are in there that you can frankly trust and assist you in this matter. Or you can walk away. You know, you owe us nothing. There's nothing to stop you from simply hitting the road. But know then that the city of Lushingworth is likely to be condemned.
All right. I have no problem with that. I looked to my compatriots and
Yeah, we're headed back.
yeah, I'm headed back. I have no problem with that. And at this point, then Brewster will put his foot up on the desk and start undoing his boot. He'll take his boot off, and he'll protrude from his back one of the small sapphires. I have 5 tiny sapphires. Going to take the sapphire, put it inside my left boot, and I was like, this is the only thing I can think of, because I don't think a changeling will take my boots. And I'm going to put the boot back on my foot. And if you ever doubt that it's me, just have me take off my boot and empty its contents. And then I'll proceed to give her a sapphire, and I'd hope you'd do the same.
I'll consider it. Putting a sapphire in my boot is not exactly easy to do when you are wearing armor.
Yeah, you just tuck it between your toes, put some cotton around it.
No, like, do you know how difficult it is to get a shoe off in armor? It's like a whole 3 minutes just to undo the laces and the strap and get the
Yeah, she's not going to do
off.
it in front of you, but she will accept the sapphire.
Yeah, it's the only thing I can think of is like an actual item that the changelings wouldn't know about. Like, because if you search the body and you find the sapphire, you have no idea knowing what the purpose is of it. It's not a piece of information that would be, common knowledge that we're using this as a communication device. And say I got 5 of these, so if you guys wanted to, carry one of them, HK and Lucina, I'd still have one spare for whatever party member ends up joining us next. I mean, like I said, it's a token. It's the only thing I can think of for, securing who we are. And Brewster doesn't care. He's putting it in his boot because no change is going to find it. He's a thief after all. He knows how to hide shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you guys going to take sapphires from me?
HK is gonna look at you like
Yeah,
you're
sure.
strange.
What did you say, HK?
I'm gonna look at you like you're kind of strange because it's pointless. That wasn't work for me.
Well, yeah, he does have a point. He's a robot. Kind of hard for a changeling to become.
Yeah, I mean, you can look like me, but I mean, on command, HK can disassemble, take an arm off, and just like, see, and put it back in.
HK, yeah, he's probably our best bet for proving that we're not changelings. But just in case that we are compromised and he's not, we'll use the sapphires as a,
Everybody but HK turns into changelings. No one tells them.
We have found the solution.
They keep using him to prove that they're not changelings.
Yeah, that's the sapphire is the safety net. So that, like I said, if the handshake isn't going to work, if that's been compromised and they've
These
found a
flesh bags
workaround
all
way
look the
of-
same, so it doesn't matter. HK wouldn't care. You all look the same.
But yeah, so I'll give one to Lucina, keep one for myself, and then I have 2 more to sell, or well, give to other party members. I'd use the Peridots because they're cheaper, but I only have 3 of them, unfortunately. Hey man, money's money. But anyway, I think it's time to head out for the city.
Okay. And she nods and says, well, thank you for your assistance in this matter. It is not a happy set of orders I have, but I will carry them out.
All right. Well, we'll see you in a couple weeks, one way or another.
And she nods and dismisses you.
Think we'll just make our way for the city?
He.
Alright. Yeah, you spend a good portion of the day, walking the road back to Lushingworth, the city looking much the same as you enter through the gates.
How much time travel?
It's like 3/4 of a day to get there.
Okay, so we have shopping and time.
Yes, you
And
do have time to
searching
do
time.
shopping and stuff like that.
Okay. Do we want to hit up the shops?
Are we sure we don't want to covert infiltrate?
I think we've established we can't covert infiltrate. They have too many eyes everywhere. Everybody does. It's all eyes. The whole city is just covered in eyes.
Everyone's reporting to everybody.
Yes. Well, remember we were walking across the city and we had just endlessly had groups of people with their heads turning as we were walking through the crowd because I could see everybody. Passive perception of 22 is pretty handy for spotting who's spotting you.
The state surveillance network has become so omnipresent that everyone is part of it.
Yes, everybody is Big Brother.
Everyone is actively on the payroll of Big Brother, and everyone is aware that they work for at least 3 omnipresent intelligence apparatuses.
And they're aware that we're the adventuring party in the city. So when we load into the level, we're outlined or some shit. But I mean, I don't see any reason to be covert. I mean, I can throw a disguise kit on if you want. HK.
When
can't
you
really-
say disguise, HK is going to look at you strange.
I mean, I can break off from the party and tail and do my shopping separate. Keep an eye on you guys with my disguise.
I don't know. I mean, like you said, if everyone knows, what's the point in hiding?
I mean,
Mhm.
first thing we're gonna do is try getting in contact with Finn, not the Baron. Because I trust Finn more than I trust the Baron.
Okay.
Ironic.
And how do you plan on getting into contact with Finn?
Well, I'm gonna do shopping first and sell off some crap.
Yeah, well, markets are open.
All right. Anybody else want to do shopping? Did you get a price tag for them glass eyes for me or no? Or taxidermy eyes?
Oh yeah, those are 20 gold apiece.
Oh, nice. I have 12 of them. Well, I would like to find the nearest taxidermist.
240 gold. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to find a taxidermist. They happen to have a shop next to the leatherworkers shop.
Huh.
Go
Weird.
figure.
How strange.
Yeah, the tannery.
All right. Well, I've got 12 eyes. I
Mhm.
just have it written as 12 eyes. I don't know if that's pairs or not, but we're just gonna go with single price tag for a pair or not a pair. 20 is fine for me for the 12 that I have.
Yeah, they're single
Right.
eyes. They're 20 gold apiece.
Okay. Well, then I have 6 pairs of eyes to sell him.
Yeah, and he'll buy them at the art value price.
Oh, I don't see any reason to ask for a different price. All right. So that'd be which 24 platinum, 240 gold.
Mhm.
All right. Oh yeah, and then I'd like to find the nearest exchange and get rid of all of these deliciously disgusting Electrum pieces.
But they don't take Electrum. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Of course they don't.
You sick bastard.
I'll give it to him 4 to 1. Yeah,
No, I'm
I'll
just
let you
kidding.
keep this
They'll-
for 1
they'll
gold,
trade
please.
it
I
just
don't want 'em. Just take them. Just take them, man. Okay. That'd be 50.
They don't have a centralized
gold.
bank that you can exchange them at.
That he was
Not
saying
a
that
centralized bank, but around the market there are various money changers and lenders, and you can easily exchange coins for different denominations at these guys.
All right. Then I'll just
Pretty common function in these types of markets with this types of coinage systems.
Then I will just convert a majority to platinum and keep 150 silver.
Out of curiosity,
let me
how
do the
much?
math real quick.
What kind of funds do we have total?
That's what I'm figuring out right now. 1 second. Silver to platinum is 10 to 1. That's 12 more plat. I currently have 151 silver, 1 gold, and 43 plat, but I still have stuff to sell. I'd like to find an antiquities dealer. See what I can do with this polished brass key.
Ruffles, what's your total current worth in gold pieces?
I do everything as platinum, sorry.
The key is worth 5 silver.
Really? I'm keeping it.
Okay.
I ain't
It's
fucking selling
just-
5 silver.
It's just polished brass. They're essentially just giving you melt value for it. A key that you don't know what it unlocks, not worth a whole lot.
Oh, I was looking for an antiquities to try persuading that it's an antique.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's an ancient brass key from an ancient port.
you can try deception check to convince him to buy it as an antiquity.
1 second, I'm getting I currently have 446 gold.
Okay.
That's not selling the. Well, I'll sell the Peridot real quick. That's another 15 gold. That's easy to find a gem dealer for that, right?
Yes, trivial.
Oh shit, that's right. I have these spell scrolls.
Oh yeah, I have the rope trick too. I can. What does a spell scroll sell for? Because I don't really need rope trick.
Same.
Oh,
Wait, you
I can check
you
on
have
that. Give me a
rope
second.
Lucina, you have rope trick?
I've never had you guys sell a magic item before. Shit.
No Ruffles. I've got a protection of good and evil scroll, a dance macabre scroll, and
Oh, yeah,
a
that's right.
protection of poison scroll. And Lucina looking to get some new duds, as it were, composed of less chainmail and more,
Hey,
Plate.
solid plates.
Ruffles, I've got a few things that you can sell as well if you may be able to get something off of them. I got a bottle of wine, bad wine
yeah.
that I picked up with AGR. I could sell that. I'm not gonna sell none of my good potions, but
I say, wasn't that a really valuable bottle of wine?
I don't know. It was made from fungus and remember AGR whipped it up.
I'm pretty-
Ooh, oh yeah.
I'm pretty
the-
sure
the
that was cheap,
toxic
shitty wine.
That
He found
toxic
that-
wine, the crappy wine.
Yeah, and he they don't know it's crappy.
Yeah, but you're gonna try. You're that's gonna go through a tasting. I can't even lie that one to get a better.
Yeah, I don't know what else to do with it.
Turn it into a Molotov.
I guess I
Probably
could
has
do
a high
it.
enough proof that you can burn it.
Probably, I guess. And that's under. It's. I got a code number for it.
Hang on, I'm still looking up spell scroll selling costs.
So HK, you can give me the number. I'm gonna just make a list of everything we're selling.
TSC 47SW. It was some bad wine, is what Under told me. It was the stuff that I made
Yep,
that,
yep.
that those guys had, and then we found that big vat that AGR whipped up, and
Yep.
Yeah, that.
All right, and then. Well, I might as well sell the silver flask at the antiquity too, so I'll put that on that list. Do you have any other items that you're looking to that you have in your inventory to sell off, Lucina or HK?
No, that's all I have. Everything else is vials of random monster goo.
Yeah, I need to pick up some new flasks too.
Yeah, you don't need none of that. I do got 300 silver pieces you can add to the changeover.
Just 300.
Yeah, I have 363, but I'm gonna keep 60.
Yep, makes no difference to me.
I'll give you the 300.
Yeah, we'll pull it all. I know Pete has some gold on him too, and then Lucina, you probably have some gold on you too.
Yeah.
Oh, if we're trying to get it all a plate, so.
Yeah, I could use plates.
Oh, we're not gonna be able to afford plate with 2 plates anyway. What's a single plate?
1700.
Oh, 17? I thought it was 15.
I need to pick up a new.
No, it is 1500.
Okay, so
You're right.
you could sell a scroll of first level for 50 gold.
Ooh.
What is rope trick? Is that first level?
Pretty sure it is.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's second level.
Oh, more gold! Yay!
Yeah.
We've never had a resourceful party that sold shit.
Right?
We usually just acquired gold and acquired things. We ain't bought a stronghold yet. We got to start saving for that.
I mean, to be fair, usually the reason we weren't like selling shit is because we had such a colossal party. We had to spread our resources around.
You could sell a second level scroll for 275 gold.
Shit, son, that's a bit of a price difference.
Why is the
270?
first level so much higher?
Because it's based on the scribing costs,
So what about a scroll of Dance Macabre?
which is what level?
I'm looking. I think it's like 5th.
You say
Shit, Siri.
270?
Yeah, 5th
275.
level. Dance Macabre, 5th level.
There's no one in the city that could afford that except possibly the Baron, because you would normally charge between 5,000 and 6,000 gold pieces for such a scroll.
Well,
Oh,
is
I'm putting
anybody
this in the
willing to pay
retirement fund.
I was gonna say, anybody
You
willing to
get-
pay a half price for that?
Wait. There's a fourth there. Are they willing to give
I
us?
just want to clarify that was 270?
No, 275.
275? Okay.
Would they be willing to trade it for 2 suits of plate mail?
I mean, the blacksmith would not be willing to trade for 2 because he doesn't have any use for a scroll. That's the problem with the barter economy. And there's really isn't enough people here who have the coin that would be able to buy such a high level spell. Except maybe the Baron, and he doesn't need one. Like he isn't a spellcaster.
Okay, then with the barter system, so the the
about selling it at a
blacksmith
discount?
couldn't ask the wizard for something.
There isn't like a wizard, is what I'm
Guys,
saying.
guys.
There is no like town wizard you could go to and sell this to.
This is Underdark's way of saying, no, we can't sell this here. We'd have to go to a different.
If you want to
public
get that
market."
level of a price, if you were willing to discount it, like Ruffles was trying to say, but you kept talking over him, you could probably sell it here for about 1,000 gold, and people would have that coin to actually give you.
That's too much price. I was looking at like maybe 2 or 3, because then we'd be able to get both them. Plates.
What I would say is you could. It would take some time to find somebody who would want it at even at that price level. But it would take you like a day of like just trying to sell that scroll, and you wouldn't get 5-6K. You'd be getting somewhere between 2 and 4.
Yeah.
But you could attempt
that
it, and yes, you would have less of a discount than I'm saying. Like your immediate, get it to somebody who will pay you for it now, 1,000 gold.
Yeah, that's too
I was
low.
thinking maybe we just hold on to it then.
Yeah, hold on to it.
Or we can hang
Well,
out and
I
check
will-
out for a few days.
I'll say, what other scrolls did you have? You had protection from poison and good and evil, right?
Yeah, protection from good and evil, protection from poison, and an entangle scroll. But I'm holding on to entangle.
All right.
But those are
Good and
both
evil
first
and-
level, I'm pretty sure, right?
Okay.
Yeah, they're all first.
Okay, yeah, those
Sure.
those you could sell for 50 each if they're first level.
That's 391 plus the 4, so that's just what I just sold. That's why I said 391. So that brings us up to 866. Still have the bottle of cheap wine, still have the polished brass key, still have the silver flask. So I would like to find a antique dealer and sell the silver flask and polished brass key to him with a little bit of deception.
Sure, yeah. Go ahead and make a deception check as you're kind of dickering with him about, their what
Where
do you
I
call it?
found,
The providence of
the
them
story.
and things like
the
that.
story
Yeah,
Behind,
yeah, but it takes a good story to sell it. So go ahead and give it
Right.
your best shot.
Can I have Lucina sit behind me and just nod along?
Nope.
Well, didn't sell the key.
Yeah, so you're trying to sell it, and this is the look they're giving you.
Well, I still have the silver flask.
So you're going to go to a different dealer to try to sell that to, because these guys don't really buy it. Like they think you're trying to obviously sell something that you found for more than it's
I
actually
was going
worth.
to roll at disadvantage for the same dealer, but if we can go to a different one, then I'll just roll at disadvantage of this one and then go to the next one. Sell both
Yeah,
items again.
Well, hold on. Actually, I have a list of stuff here. Sorry, I'm working on like 3 things at once because I didn't expect you to run into selling spell scrolls, so I'm trying to type up a list of costs for that.
Oh,
Let's see here. I have a list of like shops and professions in town. I'm just trying to figure out what that would be under, because I have some of them and some of them are a bit. That's what I get for using a template I didn't make myself.
it's the best, isn't it?
I mean, it saved me a lot of work because half of these professions I wouldn't think of, but now that I see them, like when you see them in the list, you're like, yeah, that makes total sense that this would exist in a medieval city. It's actually I actually got it from a historian article about RPGs and their medieval cities.
Nice.
Why, are you by chance looking at 1 second? Medieval demographics made easy?
Yes, it is that one because I've already told you about that. So I'm going by their business list there, and I'm just trying to think like what would this call under, because it would definitely have like a antiquities dealer type thing. Let's see here.
But it wouldn't quite be a pawn shop. Like, it'd be a specific
Right.
ancient
What I'm
pawn
gonna
shop.
say is these don't really exist. Like antique dealers aren't a thing. What you did is there's like these like 18 minor noble houses in the city that at least have like
that
and you're really trying to sell to one of them. So you burned one of them, but you still have 17 others you could go to. Because they're the
Well, I
type of
still
people who
wanna know-
collect this crap.
Yeah, so I still want to try selling the flask to the first person, but I'm going to roll it
Sure.
disadvantage because I botched that so terribly.
Yes, you would be at disadvantage.
Tell the good story.
You tell a good story, and it is a nice flask. He's willing to give you a gold piece for it.
Oh, you have it listed as 50 gold, so.
I'm aware of that.
So, no. Well, thank you for your time. Off for the next.
The DC was also higher. It was disadvantage and a higher DC.
All right, well, off to the next.
What's funny is I generated these numbers randomly, and 19 noble houses in a city of 4,000.
Huh.
So one of them is the Viscount himself, and then there's these other guys. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, the minor houses.
what the fuck is wrong with this town? It's got like this huge bloat of aristocrats. A fucking shapeshifter infestation.
Well, I think I
Man,
did good.
fuck this town.
Oh
I
yeah.
think I did good at the second house.
Yeah, this guy is like he's younger, he's less worldly, and he totally like yeah, and he offers 100 gold for both pieces.
Well, if I'm gonna sell them both together, I gotta get at least 200.
He offers you 110.
Lowest I could come is 150.
Please?
He tells you 130, and I won't tell anyone where I got it from, and I'll always pay you pretty well for these type of things.
I like the sound of that. 130 it is.
All right.
Little exclamation point appeared above his head when he said that. All right, so that's another 130 gold.
130 gold.
All right, that brings us up to 996 gold, at least for what I have. Of all the stuff that we just sold. Yeah, I'd like to buy some minor stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, if it's stuff out of the PHB, you can just buy it at that price. That's not a problem here. This is a trade city, after all.
Alrighty. And so you sold off the scrolls?
Yeah, I have that in. I listed that with my
Alright.
the 2 first levels that you had, plus the second level that I had, and then I need to pick up some more chalk and candles because they exploded.
Alright, so we'll have to wait a bit before we can acquire more
Yeah.
incredibly amazing armors, but yeah.
I mean, we could throw some ears on the ground for that scroll and try passively selling it. It'll take longer, but we'd probably be able to get enough for plate for both of you guys with it.
Or
We,
get a hit on us.
doubt it.
That'll be free stuff.
Let's not.
We have contacts in the city. It's not like we're just, telling everybody, hey, we're selling this scroll. I'm saying we talk to, people that we know.
Oh, like see if they know people outside of the city?
Yeah.
Like,
I
the
see what you
master might be able to help
Well, we have
us.
Flynn. He probably has contacts. We have
Alright.
what was that?
will
kid's
you
name?
do
I had it
that?
written down.
I gotta step away for a second.
All right.
I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Have to
Okay,
go
we have
through this.
Dominic. We can make contact with Dominic and see if he knows anybody and put ears in the ground there. I'm not saying just openly blurt about it in the market. So yeah, I'll while he's doing that, I'll wander off and try finding Dominic. Do you remember Dominic Underdark?
Yes.
Our bald half elf.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sorry, I was just finishing up that chart of sell scrolls while I have the books open to that.
Yep, no worries, no worries.
All
So I'm
right.
just gonna wander around that B2 section looking for the exclamation point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead and I'm gonna say go ahead and make a investigation check to find Dominic.
All right.
So you're looking around for him.
Are you coming with me, HK, to look for Dominic? Mister,
Say what?
are you coming with me to look for Dominic,
Yeah, sure.
our street level contact?
Yeah. I'll come.
What do I have? 4.
I'm assuming y'all win. It's just that Lucy Gilbert stepped away.
Yeah, yeah. No, I didn't mean that. I was just saying, are you willing to help me look for him?
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
All right. Do you need any small items purchased?
The only thing I usually need is spell components.
All right.
I mean, I don't know how much that costs, but I usually go and get the spell components for every spell I have.
All right.
Well,
Well,
say most of the stuff that I carry in my bag is all copper and silver cost, so
I
I don't really burn that
I
much
need
money.
a couple of pieces of sunstone.
Is that something that we could find?
yeah, there are there is like a single magic shop in the town that sells like magical like spell components and things like that.
All right, well that's what I need. I'm gonna pick up components for that.
Yeah, they've got most of the components, especially for lower level spells.
What's the cost on them?
It
HP.
doesn't say. I have no idea. I have never gone that deep into it. I just kind of hand wave that I buy spell components every time I come into town, whatever they are.
Well, I
Well,
need to
does
put your
the
cost
spell
then.
components have a gold cost to them in the spell?
It
It's
says
kind of
it just says fire and a piece of stuff. It doesn't have a gold cost. Not on here unless I look in the.
So if it doesn't
Do you
have a
have
gold cost, if you have an arcane focus or a component pouch, you don't need to worry about them. You can use those items to cover that, and it's just assumed. The gold cost is essentially trivial, and it doesn't really come into effect in terms of actual gold cost. You'll be able to replace it trivially. It's not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, I meant, do you have any gold cost things you need, or things that actually have a new thing for your alchemist kit or something or another?
No,
Like
I'm
component,
good. I
component
haven't
pouch stuff.
broken
I wasn't.
anything. And,
What's
I have
that?
enough flasks and vials left.
How many
So
flasks do you want? They're a copper apiece, or 2 copper apiece.
I had 20, and now I have. I think I think I've used 5, 6, 7.
I'd use
Oh
more flasks
wait,
at this point
no.
then.
1, 2, 3, 4,
I'm back.
5, 6, 7,
Welcome
8,
back. HK is counting his flasks.
8, 9, 10. I used like 11, so I had 20, so I gotta buy a few more. Buy
How
another.
many do you want?
Probably
10?
probably a 10-pack.
All right, it's 2 silver, so that's trivial. I just need to know so I can keep track of it.
Yeah, that's all.
I'll just buy it out of the main pool. Don't worry about it. Because I'm buying flasks for myself too, so that's why I was asking. Do you need flasks? Because we're going to the flask shop.
All right,
Right,
but
so 18 for the search for Dominic.
yeah, you're working your way through the town. Yeah, you're able to find Dominic. Get redirected a couple of times, but eventually you do track him down. And he looks up and he says, "Oh, it's you. Well, what can I do for you? It's been a while since you've been in town."
Yeah, well, just I'll immediately just well, did he? No, he didn't meet Brewster, so Lucina and HK would be the ones that he knows. So he wouldn't know me.
No, but I assume the party went with you.
Yeah, I can't really engage with him though then. So that'd be up to Lucina or HK to start the conversation, initiate with him, because otherwise I'm just a total stranger with 2 people that he knows talking to him.
I'm sorry, I'm eating an apple. Who are you talking to?
Dominic, our bald half-elf friend. Dominic Torgetto? The guy that set loose the pigs in the house?
You know, the kid you paid
Oh!
off to form a distraction.
Yes, the kid.
Our street level contact.
Now, why are we talking to the kid?
Yeah, why are we talking to him? Remember, I just got back.
To see if have him put ears to the ground about selling the scroll.
Oh, yeah, the Dance Macabre scroll. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Ruffles.
It is not going to paint a target on our fucking back.
This kid is not going to have those contacts. Like
This kid is a ground level eyes and ears. He won't have the contacts directly, but he will know somebody who does. It's going to take several days for the process to happen. That's the whole point of
yeah, Ruffles. Remember the whole thing about the city being it doesn't have the finances except for its what was it, a duke?
you missed part of the conversation that happened afterwards.
Yeah, he said we could get half of that if we waited.
Upwards of 3,000 for the scrolls in this
We
city.
hung out in town and
We just
waited.
couldn't
Yeah.
immediately sell it at the market for 6,000. Nobody at the market was buying it, but somebody in the
Okay.
city might be willing to buy it. Thus, we're putting ears on the ground. That's why we're talking to Dominic. Do you want played or not?
Look, man, you weren't clarifying what you wanted to do exactly. This is making more sense than just ground level contact.
Well, yeah, he's our eyes and ears on the ground. That's the whole point of a ground level contact. He's the beggar that you pay $5 to watch your car to make sure it doesn't get broken into.
He's also the eyes and ears of the spy master.
No, he doesn't work for him.
Oh, You sure?
His allegiance is to the street. He's a
Uh-huh.
ruffian. He's not a thief.
Uh-huh.
There's a big difference between those groups. Thieves steal. Ruffians have fun.
Fine. Lucina will go up to the kid and, ask him to keep eyes out for,
No, for selling a magic scroll, that's a bit of a weird thing. It's one of those like types of circles that people don't like to talk to you unless you got some coin to spread around. You got any of that?
I'll give him 50 gold.
He looks down. It's like, all right. Where can I find you? It might take a couple of days.
Well, we're probably going to need new lodgings. So where would you recommend staying that has the least eyes and the least ears in the city?
Wait, why would we need a new place to stay? Isn't there the same inn?
Yeah, the same inn that we were, changelinged out of already once.
Well, there's the Loud Skies Inn. That's usually a pretty safe place to stay.
Is that the one we were staying at?
That is the one you were staying at before.
Yeah, then we'll ask for different accommodations.
No. See, we know that terrain. Therefore, we'd want to stay there. We're familiar with the people there.
I mean, that's where like all the travelers tend to stay at, unless they know somebody in town.
Yeah, I'm looking for somewhere the travelers don't stay.
Have you talked to Finn? He might have a place.
That would be my next point of order to chit chat with you about. Where is the good Finn these days? I need to make contact with him if possible.
Well, I mean, he's reopened the Blossom after there was an issue with it. Apparently, somebody decided to attack it, but it's open again. As far as I know, he's not too business out of it.
All right, wonderful. That's good to know. Glad to see that he's back up and rolling.
Oh yeah. Apparently, whatever it is, he's increased security a bit. So don't be surprised if they, are a bit more uptight about entrances and things like that.
I mean, with the goings on, it's pretty reasonably understandable.
Yeah, but if you got coins to spend, they'll let you in regardless. So, at least he hasn't really compromised on that.
All right. Well, I'll thank Dominic for his time, and We'll give him 10 gold for the information, and that's just for you, buddy. You don't need to spend it for us.
Okay.
All right. Off to the Blossom, I'm assuming. Unless you guys want to do something else.
I mean, Lucina wants to take the long way to get there. Trying to see if she can find her arch nemesis.
The one that's dead?
What?
Yeah, I totally killed him. Accidentally.
What?
You don't remember that?
You missed that whole thing. That's hilarious.
Oh, you weren't here for that? Yeah, okay, so you remember how I met the Spy Master?
Yeah?
Your nemesis was following me to him, and well, to
Wait, that was my nemesis?
Uh-huh.
yeah.
No!
My allegiance to the Spy Master, I killed your nemesis.
We lost half the prisoners, and then you kill my nemesis? This city is not but tragedy.
Fucking dying. You didn't know your nemesis was dead.
No, I just thought that was some Goliath.
Your nemesis was some Goliath.
I didn't make the connection that they were the same guy.
He had the pipe. Underdark made sure to make a comment about him having the pipe.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah, so we could just take the direct route.
You know, I think this pretty well settles it.
Well,
HK,
also
we're
to
gonna
clar-
burn the city down. There's nothing left for us here.
And also to clarify, Lucina's nemesis was Finn's number 2.
That's
He was
why
just
it
in
was so
disguise.
perfect.
He was just in disguise as the bouncer. But anyway, okay, so let's head
We
to the
could go there. The two shady dudes, you and him are talking, and I could just glare at his second from across the coffee table.
because of the boops. All right. So yeah, I'm obviously going to keep my head on a swivel as we're moving around and just following Lucina a ways back. I am disguised.
Okay. Yeah, and you guys start walking towards the Blossom. You keep your head on a swivel, but no one seems to be paying you any extraordinary attention or following you guys.
Oh. Covert is nice.
And then you arrive at the Blossom, which looks to the front to be much the same, though instead of one guy hanging out front, you see there's a half dozen guys, all burly, all looking to be armed with various clubs and maces and the like.
Do any of them look like that group of thugs I bullied in an alley?
You do recognize a couple of them.
You asked him if he got his mace back.
Oh yeah. Actually, do those look like the same maces?
They do.
Lucina's gonna walk by and say it's good to see that they got their equipment back.
And they're going to narrow their eyes at you, and one of them is going to kind of bend down. It's like, oh, you think you're all tough now, huh? Well, we work for Finn now. So if you cause any trouble here, we get to break your kneecaps.
I'd like to see you try.
He just gives you this smile that you realize he's missing a couple of teeth. And his breath stinks. And he's like, well, go on in. Be my guest.
And replacement rivals, yes. Inside we'll go.
Ugly flesh bag.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you
we're
walk
giving
in.
him a name. Svensson.
Svensson, okay.
Svensson from the Star Wars campaign, the gunner. Svensson.
Ah, yes.
Hard to hear the VP. Yeah.
Honestly, I thought you were saying Benson.
Yeah, mics don't translate that SV very well. especially with my
Yeah.
my accent.
Already?
And yeah, you walk in. You see, it's like a slightly newer looking version of the same casino and bar. There's a mezzanine. You can see a few more like obvious security guards now. Um, things like that. But otherwise, it appears to be just kind of the same type of bar and casino. It's not real busy at the moment. And a few moments after you step in, you see one of the security guys come down the staircase, and he's just making he's just like looking at you guys, and he's very obviously walking towards you.
Well, we're very obviously walking towards him then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we cast counter walk and we
All
walk
right.
towards him.
Yes, you meet in the center, and he says, "The boss wants to see you. Follow me." And he turns around, and starts walking towards the stairs.
Well, that works out well. We wanted to see the boss.
All right, yeah, and he walks you up there, and you notice, with especially your passive perceptions being so high, that as you get on the second floor, there's some very clever, like there's like faux like columns and stuff on the wall to make this look like a lot nicer of a building than it is, and you notice that they've been artfully carved to disguise the fact that there's arrow slits, and you're pretty sure there's a bunch of crossbowmen, aiming at you through them.
Like, how many crossbowmen?
There are
How many
8.
slits?
There's 8 slits staggered around this upper area. But you see Finn, and he looks up. Looks like he was reading a book and had a drink. He says, "Oh, it's you guys! Here, come over here, have a drink." Well, glad to see you guys are not dead. Who's the new face?
The smart one.
Ah,
No, seriously, who is the new face?
Me. He hasn't met me.
Oh yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, he met me once. Technically, Soup would be the face he doesn't. He has met me.
he has. I thought he hasn't met you. I thought you were new.
He's disguised.
Oh, that's right. Your disguise. Sorry, I forgot about your disguise. My bad.
Man, that
He says it
part where
anyway.
Even I'm like losing track.
Yeah,
Of it.
sorry. So yeah, you're disguised. He waves you over and then says, "So who's the new face?"
I take this guy's off.
Yeah, he's looking at you like, yeah, I get it, but who are you? And why are you hanging out with these guys?
Him. The first time that I was in the city, I met him. Remember, he had me counter spy the spy master.
I thought you died and this is a new character. Am I mistaken?
Oh, Brewster came back.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. I thought this was a brand new character, so I'd written all that off.
Turns out when our casualty rate is so high, even the DM loses the plot.
Only when I had to change legal paths partway through the last dungeon, so that's why I lost some of those.
He went out to the fort, picked me up, and then we came back to the city to investigate the Baron with me.
Got it.
Brewster.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I for some reason I thought this was a new character of yours you introduced at the dungeon.
Nope. And then Brewster went back out to the fort, and then to the dungeon, and then back to the fort back here. So Brewster has met him.
Okay. Then forget about all that. Yeah, he just waves you over and offers you guys drinks.
Oh, I would have taken this guy's off after that whole ruse and been like, well, it's just me.
He would have just waved you over as an old friend. He would not have said that.
Oh, that's right, demon. Forget that.
Yeah, so I see you have once again decided to wade into the war zone that is our city.
Oh, side quick thing for my noble with an exclamation point. That's the name I picked. It's actually a real person of ancient nobility. Not ancient, but
Okay.
all right. Then yeah, we'll give him a rundown of the dungeon and the likely source of the Fey infiltration and the source being dealt
Yeah.
with
Fey stuff.
and hopefully staved off.
Oh, so that's where he wandered off to. Well, good riddance to bad rubbish and all that. Well done, my friends.
Who's he?
The druid, you described him to me. I recognized him.
Yeah, who is he?
So, as I'm sure you're aware, druids tend to be rather nature-focused. All about growth and preserving life and balance, etc., etc. He had a bit of a different outlook on things and nature. He sought to control and bend it, to alter it to suit his goods, and for that he was expelled from his druid circle. He did not take it all that well. Well, it doesn't surprise me that he fell into this type of thing, trying to take his rage out on the world by bringing in fey creatures to attack it, or in your case, grow them. Brilliant man, absolutely bug nuts insane.
I could drink to that.
No pun intended. But you dealt with him, so all's well that ends well.
Do you think he was associated with the changelings in the city?
The changelings? I mean, probably not directly. He was not the most subtle of people. I'm sure you're well aware. And this type of thing is beyond him. Now, whether or not his machinations had drawn the attention of these changelings, that is entirely a possibility. That his efforts had some unintended side effect, but I doubt he intended it this way. There are not enough people dead, I think, to slate his anger.
Well, as to deal with the compromisation of the changelings' infiltrations, take this little token as a way of identifying who's who. Keep it on your person. Don't make it obvious. Give him one of the sapphires.
Sure. Yeah, he looks. It's like, it's a nice stone. Sure. And he puts it in his pocket.
Yep. I'll take my boot off and shake the one into my hand and then put it back into my boot. Put my boot back on. They won't find it there. That's the idea.
Seems like a painful way to do it, but you do you.
I'm a dwarf. We walk on rocks for fun.
So you say. But besides catching up on old times, what brings you to my establishment today? You guys usually have a purpose to these visits. What's this one?
Well, we're
House
wondering if you
cleaning.
could we're wondering if you can catch us up on current times in the city.
Well, the big news is that the Spymaster bit it.
How unfortunate.
Yeah, they found his body without its skin. It was dangling from a hangman's noose inside of a well-apportioned apartment in a rather seedy part of town. He looks at you, Brewster, and he says, "I'm sure you're aware of the one I'm talking about."
Yeah, sounds familiar. So I'll make a mental note that we go check that out through the secret entrance.
Yeah.
Inside check.
Sure, go ahead and make an insight. And as he continues his story, he's like, yeah. And then while they were trying to investigate it, strangest thing, really, the building burned down.
Huh.
Seems like someone really wanted to cover their tracks. I have suspected you guys, but you weren't in the city at the time.
Wait. Oh, okay, so...
I mean, it does seem to be your calling card, after all.
But what, burning down buildings?
Yes.
Yeah, we burnt down 3 buildings in the city, so...
And a campsite.
Oh yeah, true.
You guys have a style, I'm sorry.
It's not wrong.
It's
Okay,
literal in
so
effect.
like, no double talk. So you didn't kill him and skin him? And then burn down the building?
I can guarantee you that this is not double talk. I didn't have a thing to do with it.
He wouldn't have thought it was us if he had anything to do with it. He wouldn't have even said that.
Well, that's why I'm confused, because he said he thought we did it, and so now I'm wondering, is the changelings?
Yeah, it was the changelings. There's 3 parties. There's 3
Is that
factions.
what he's saying, though?
No, he said he wouldn't double talk you, and then he said he had nothing to do with it.
Insight check.
Sure, make an insight check. He's actually quintuple talking you, and yeah, he means the Fey creatures. Not the Fey, the changelings.
Okay, so the changelings killed the spy master.
Yes, and he was joking when he said, no, absolutely no double talk. I always talk at least 3 deep. You get the sense that he's joking with you.
Okay. Sorry, without the body language, sometimes it's like, all right, so is that what layer of post-irony are we speaking in?
In this city, it's always at least 3 deep.
At least 3 layers of irony and subterfuge. Like seriously, if you walk into the local ramen shop and ask for like a number 2, it means something completely different than what you're ordering.
Yep.
All right. Wait, so why would they skin him?
That's a very good question. One I don't have the answer to. But I do know that after that, the Baron has basically been locked up in his citadel and has not really left or allowed much in the way of visitors. Place has been locked up pretty tight. Which, of course, is why I've been able to infiltrate it to hell and back. He's scared. And he's pretty sure that I did it, and that I'm plotting to kill him, which is ridiculous. Why would I ever want to replace someone so as ineffective as him? He is like the perfect patsy. I have no interest in getting rid of the Baron.
Yeah, you like things the way they are.
Say you
check.
Go ahead, make an insight check.
I feel like I'm experiencing honesty right now, but I can't trust anything.
Which is why he can be honest with you, because then you won't trust it if you have no idea when he's lying or not. But yeah, he appears to be perfectly earnest with you guys.
It's the Jack Sparrow program.
He says, "Hey, you guys are contractors of a sorts, right?"
Of a sorts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, obviously, this whole changeling issue is still ongoing, but if you could see to it that the changelings are ended, I would really appreciate it, and I would see that you are well compensated. As for the Baron, while he is a very useful patsy in his place, if he was to be replaced, I can't think of anybody better than one of you, say.
Something
if you get my meaning.
I'm not really one for government. I lie too much. Oh wait, that makes me perfect.
Indeed it does. Just make sure you remember who your friends are.
And then at the end of the quest, Brewster retires to a cushy job in politics.
Well, I'm already part of the faction of the whatchamacallit. I've actually never written it down.
That's exactly what that faction would do too. They would never write anything down. That's how you get caught.
But yeah, no. So I mean, that's quite literally the reason we're here. Is honest, I trust you because you want things to stay exactly how they are, and that's the reason that you're trustworthy.
Well, I wouldn't say exactly, but by and large, yes, you're correct. I prefer the status quo to the unknown.
Yes, it makes things easier when you know what the goings-on are, and you're in control of the goings-on, hence your position, as your position is.
Indeed.
With the Changeling faction, it obviously, turns the screws a little tighter on your faction.
to put it mildly. I guess the real question is, ultimately, what are you lot looking to get out of this? You've done some work for me and others in the city, I've noticed, and outside of it. I guess the question is, what is your ultimate goal here?
General do-goodery.
I see. So you're heroes then, or at least trying to be.
I just work.
Oh no,
just
that's
work
just
with him.
fine. Yeah, these two are significantly shadier.
No, HA's got to go to lineman. I don't.
HK talks about killing people regularly.
HK doesn't have an alignment.
Oh, you're neutral.
He's
neutral?
he's neutral. Yes, he can kill people. He cannot kill people. It doesn't really matter.
But what do you want is what he's asking.
Irrelevant.
Not truly.
To HK, it is. The mission's all that matters. One
What's the
program
mission?
doesn't.
What is HK's mission?
And then the dungeon master asked the piercing philosophical question, who are you, and what do you want? And the party realized that they have no motives outside of adventuring.
I mean, that's fine if that's the case. Like we can work with that.
That's what HK is. He's just doing it
All
to
right.
do it. He's a bounty
Yeah,
hunter.
those are
He's
their-
making his name.
Yeah,
My motives
Lucina's
are
just kind of doing a roaming Order of the Society of the Spiritual Ribbon stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just mendicant agent.
And my, allegiance lies towards Lucina's goals. However, my own goals are my own.
That is totally not a sus statement.
Cue evil laughter.
Yeah. Well, Finlands as well. Well, I noticed you guys hadn't checked in at the Loud Skies Inn, where you stayed before. Staying someplace different while you're in town?
I mean, I thought we could stay there, but
I
Well,
don't
Brewster
think
here had
staying
the
at the
ideas.
same inn as that we've previously been compromised at is a good idea. So I was wondering if you might have some accommodations we might use that are a little off the radar.
Well, yeah, we've got a couple of safe houses around here. I can, hook you up with a key to one of them. It's just a little townhouse in the, southeast corner of the city. It's a bit out of the way, but it's nice and quiet and unobserved, if you catch my meaning.
Oh, you can just give me the address. I don't need the key.
I think the key would be good to have. Not all of us can, break the law.
He hands the key to Lucina.
Lucina takes the key.
He looks at Brewster and he's like, I mean, that's fine. Just don't break anything. And he gives you guys the address. It's in Victor 1.
Yeah, guys, Lucina needs keys for doors, because if doors don't open normally, Lucina casts Thunder Wave and the door will open.
I actually have
Very
to go
popular
into
with the
my
Carpenters Guild.
archives to pull up the correct map. I don't have it in my recent files because it's been so long since I've used the city map.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And he says that, it's furnished, but we don't really keep any food there for obvious reasons. But
Yeah.
feel free. Yeah, you're my friends. Feel free to stay there as long as you need.
Excellent. Just what I wanted to hear.
Anyway, I've unfortunately got a business meeting I got to get to. I'm sure you can see yourselves out. As he gets up and sets his the bottle down and starts walking towards the exit. Well, my friends, welcome back to Lushingworth. Best of luck to your endeavors.
Best of luck to you as well.
He laughs. It's not a matter of luck. I've stacked the deck.
As long as you're not counting cards.
Yeah, and with that, he leaves through the upper door there. which you notice is much better built than it was before. It looks to be like a solid iron door.
More reinforced, some more arrow slits.
Yeah. It looks like he's taking his security a little bit more seriously now, though he still maintains the facade of being like the open gangster in his own club type thing.
Oh, before he completely gets out of, I was like, oh, real quick, before you completely get out of here.
Sure.
Any clue on being able to identify the changelings more quickly? Skipping the whole having to interrogate part and all that.
Unfortunately, no. They are most resistant to that. Certain spells that affect shape changers, though, do reveal them. So perhaps focus on that. Like Moonbeam.
No.
Yeah, essentially he's saying that they are shape changers, so if you have spells that have special effects on shape changers, it will affect them.
Cool. Then I think we will go check out our accommodations.
Okay. Yeah, you guys make your way through the city. The sun, while it's not quite dark yet, it is like late afternoon. You got maybe like 10 minutes when you get to the house before darkness actually sets in. And it's in a... Go ahead.
Stop and grab some like hardtack provisions and stuff to be able to stock up the kitchen.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's like a corner grocery you're able to get some food at.
All right.
And yeah, it's kind of it's not the slums, but it is like a poorer section of town here, relatively speaking.
All right.
But yeah, it's like a nondescript townhome, 2 stories. You're able to unlock the door with a key, and it looks to just be a fairly standard house. 3 bedrooms. A lounge, a living room, a basement. The basement's empty.
Check the basement for secret doors.
Sure, make an investigation check.
Well, I'm headed down there too. I can help you out, Lucina.
Yeah, check it out.
Or you want me to?
Yeah. Look, I won't be able to find shit.
Good point. I didn't find shit.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you
look,
didn't find anything.
I can find a lie in a statement. I can't find a concealed door behind a bookshelf.
Yeah, I'll turn the basement kind of into a bedroom for myself.
Sure.
Need it to work and all.
A man cave.
Yeah, and you guys, I assume you just lock up the house and you.
I will find a closet. It's roomy.
You have a very
So
weird
that's
party,
like the-
Lucina. There's bedrooms with beds, and they go for the closet in the unfurnished basement.
I mean, I would take one of the mattresses down there, but that's it. Like, I wouldn't take a bed frame or anything. All I need is a couple cushions and a rock to lay my head on.
All right. But yeah, you're able to get, situated in your house as you guys begin to go to sleep, and I think that is where we will call it for the evening.
Awesome.
All right.